dogs don't have telepathy.
No, I do believe that dogs have telepathy.
Okay, then point John.
Well, hold the phone there.
It is the penultimate episode.
Yes!
Of KFC Radio.
Whoa,
And everybody knows
Fuck yeah, dude.
because the
That's a
penultimate
good
episode is penultimate became this phrase that people use. Like, I don't think the world ever said that until like 2010.
Whenever Breaking Bad.
Right.
See,
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias
So the
came out.
second to last episode of Breaking Bad was the best episode of television, maybe ever, and certainly the best in the series. And then it kind of became vernacular. Everybody started using penultimate this, penultimate that. But it's usually in reference to the episode before the final episode of a series. And for whatever reason, that it usually is like, it's sort of like the battle happens on the second to last episode, and then the final episode is like the wrap up. You know what I mean? So it's always like people kind of.
Yeah. Should we fight?
You know what? Speaking of fighting, I got a lot of people talking about the Action Bronson clip, and
I had to watch it like 7 times to edit it, and it just made me so uncomfy.
so
uncomfy.
I'll pose this question to you: if shit actually went down, what do you think happens between John and Action Bronson? Then 2000, whatever that was.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's different. I think
It's very
now,
different.
now you know.
I think John runs his shit now.
First of all,
That's right. You hear that, Action
Wow,
Bronson?
we got a lot of
This guy
cameras
wants to
about
fight
who
you.
I'm fighting.
It's like when a girl picks a fight at the bar with a guy. He's like, you got to deal with this. But the reason I bring it up is a lot of people were like, "Good thing you had John there. Like he would have fucked him up." And I was thinking like,
John was doing
I don't
a lot
know
of,
about that.
giggling.
Like Action Bronson is still a big guy, but he was huge back then. You were always like in shape and like lifting your whole life, but I feel like you in the last decade you've gotten a lot bigger.
Much bigger.
Right? Were you like you were always working out, but I feel like you have become a monster in like the last 5 years, let's say. Is that true or not?
I've always been like, bro. I'm definitely bigger than I have.
Yeah,
ever
you
been,
look
but
like fucking big.
I'm
now.
for sure stronger than I've ever been. But like I was always like broader kind of deal.
Okay, yeah. The
But
Feitelberg
the-
jeans. You got that like big stock.
Yeah.
But so I was thinking
generations of large family
That's what I
breeding.
was thinking. Yes. I think back then it would have been a problem, but now I would be. I mean, listen, Action Bronson's a big fucking dude, and he doesn't take any shit. Like he would be a problem.
Yeah,
but
Action Bronson's Albanian, right?
Yes, the elbows.
Bet on Action Bronson.
The elbows do not fuck around, man. That was actually part of the reason why I was so like, oh, well, I'm sorry, dude. I was like, this Albanian rapper / wrestler is going to fucking rip my head off. But I think now, I think first of all, it's just awesome for you that I got a lot of messages being like, yeah, John would have handled shit. It's like, that's a great reputation to have, dude.
Action Bronson, you ever want to do this podcast again? We will not mention Ghostface.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
The whole time
was our
there, I
final
was
guess?
just like, I think you said I was doing a lot of giggling.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to
laugh your way through it.
Bring it back to
Same.
Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring it back to the
jokes and fun.
The point of no return. Once we go to the point of no return, I'm down to be there, but I don't want to be there until we have to be there.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my plan the whole time. And I
it's
guess
just
it kind of
so
worked.
funny knowing that you don't know the names, you don't know the circumstances. like it's awkward enough if I put us in hot water, but for you to be like, I don't even know what we're talking
Dude,
about.
I remember before that interview, and I'm sure I was less like bubbly than I am right now. Like, but I remember you before the interview being like, I think I might bring up Ghostface, and I was like mid sip water, like, oh, that'd be fun.
Sounds good. What could go wrong? I don't think there'll be any problems.
You were doing a lot of giggling. You were doing a lot of sipping of water.
Yeah, my two
Let me be active.
awkward moves,
Yeah.
which are the only two things I do in this world. It shows you how awkward I am.
Giggle and drink water
at all times.
The Mount Rushmore of John doing things: drinking water, giggling,
Eating chocolate in bed.
and lifting. That's what John does, man. That's what John Feitelberg is.
You saying that's what he does is a good segue. I said on the show with Dan the other day, I was like, I hope people didn't take this as like as being offensive to Dan, but I was like, when you left, I didn't even think it was a big deal. Like my idea we're not podcasters. I didn't think we were successful.
Like, sometimes we do videos, sometimes we write, sometimes we record.
I mean, 6 months ago, before that, David told me don't move to New York. So like, I didn't think KFC Radio was a job.
Right.
It wasn't a thing to me. It was like, okay, he's gonna go do the other thing that's not our job.
We'll do the other thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
It didn't really. So like, I meant to ask, when do you consider when do you think podcasting became your job? Like at that time, I was still a blogger in my head.
I think I was already there at that point.
Really?
Because I do remember being like, because we went through a period where he was still on the show, but he was canceling like twice a week. It was like, oh, I got to do Part of My Take, or like I'll be there, but then I can't be there. And I remember being like, you either gotta do it or not do it. So if I was thinking like that, that means I was taking it seriously at that point. I mean, I guess I can't say I was still blogging. So like, I think I would have said I'm a blogger and I do a podcast.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was taking it seriously enough that it was like, because part of the reason why, and I think this was a little bit of like PR in a sense, because I think it was very clear. Part of My Take is gonna be a thing. PFT is coming. Like that's what he wanted to do, and I think there was like an awkward breakup period. And I remember Erica saying, "Well, what's gonna happen when you guys are both on tour, and you have like dates at the same time?" Like he's got.
I think you guys had a lot of conversations I didn't have.
Yeah. So I was. Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Well, that was a little. I remember being like, because I obviously didn't want it to happen. I would have kept doing it with Dan forever. But and they pitched this thing of like, well, if you guys are doing live shows and we're doing live shows and it's at the same time, what's Dan gonna do? And I remember being like, I don't think we've ever done a lot. Like, I think we had maybe done the Wilbur. I don't even know. Like, I was like, I don't think this is going to be a thing, but okay, I guess so. You know what I mean? But yeah, that maybe those were conversations I was having and you weren't.
They're like, he just like giggles and sips water in the corner.
But you know what? That actually kind of makes sense though, because I feel like KFC Radio, like I started it and then added you and they added Dan. And so it was never like, I feel like there was probably some awkwardness of like, is it our show? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, 3 of us are starting this show. And I put my name on it, and then we added people. So I think there was like some weirdness there, I would imagine. I would bet that you started feeling more seriously about it like then. Because I remember being like, now it's us. And I don't know if we had a conversation, but in my head I was sort of like, and here's I do remember one awkward bit. When I wrote a blog talking about Dan leaving and like the future of KFC Radio, I said, I actually think that because there was episodes where Dan was out. Yeah. And I was like, I think when me and John are solo.
I remember this being controversial.
Yeah, I was like, I think me and John actually do. I think I might have said better. I told Dan, I was like, let me back up. So I said something to the effect of me and John do really good podcasting, and I might have even said do better when Dan's not there. And I actually did mean that, because I thought that was also this iteration, me and you, was I think when we started to like talk and have conversations and talk about life and stuff. Prior to that, it was voicemails and silliness and all that.
And like voicemails were, I remember seeing one of the overlays, and it was like 30 voicemails.
We used to do all voicemails.
Yeah.
It would be like a quick intro and then we go. And so we never, and we would talk about our lives, but because of the voicemails, but it was never like, tell me about what's going on in your life, you know, and like talk about problems and real
But that was
shit.
also because like social media wasn't a thing. So like we didn't really, like Dave, we knew about the first lady. Yeah, I guess like we knew about people's lives, but it wasn't not on a daily basis. Like we knew generally about your life, but not like
reality almost. Like reality TV.
It wasn't reality TV like it is now.
Yeah. And I just remember Dan was so funny and bombastic, and we had crazy conversations. And then when he was off for an episode, I was like, oh, me and John like talked about life today, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that was more just different than better. But I remember Dan reaching out, kind of being like, yeah, that was a little weird. Like I was taken aback that you said that it was better without me. And I was like, well, like I do believe there's some truth to like the different styles of podcasting. And also, I'm trying to fucking hype this up and keep this thing alive while we're losing like a superstar. Yeah. So I didn't want to be like, yeah, this show's going to be worse without him. Come watch on Tuesday, you know? So it was a little bit.
But I also completely, I think it's just a very different show.
Totally.
And it was,
and
personally, it was more intimate because obviously Dan, you make decisions with not podcasting, but podcasting and content in general, like, you're going to be overly sharing. You're going to be...
He kept it private.
Dan chooses a little more private, whereas we were a little more open, and then that allowed us that lane to be a little more open with our private lives.
Exactly that.
That was such a fucking political answer. that was like, I don't want to say anything wrong about anyone, so I'm going to use vague description. Yeah, because no one did anything wrong. No. It's just vaguely describing what happened.
And also, I mean, me and Dan we probably were kind of destined to eventually have to break up because it was like, I have my government name, my face, my pictures, my life, like out there. And if you don't, that's just always going to be like, okay, wait, I can't talk about that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
I actually remember as a listener, like I told you guys, I would like put it on, especially when I was feeling anxious, like it would just like calm me down. And I remember thinking it was because it wasn't just surface level. It was like, because you guys went deep into your like own lore, that it was like, it really like took me out of my life and like into yours. So political answer, but like I do actually think that there's something to like you guys being able to.
I don't remember ever feeling like, oh my God, we got to do like another hypothetical, another voicemail. I always had fun doing it, still do. But I do think that like, had we not done this, I think eventually I would have been like, all right, I can't. That episode though, like, it was wild how much we slid right back into it. I was not like nervous by any means, but I was sort of like, I don't know how this is going to go. I haven't really done content with Dan outside of like a dozen appearance. And then like I've seen him here and there, but I was like, I have no idea how this is going to go.
Dude, that's kind of a fun thing.
Right back into it.
At Barstool is like having the chance to do content with people sometimes like, this is just a sociological experiment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how this is going to go.
In what other world would, like, a mother of two get together with this, like, frat boy, get together with his dad, and this whole, like, it is just throw him in a room and, like, see what happens.
Yeah, but that was as immediately, it was weird, in fact. Like, I was like, whoa, okay, this is fucking
right
easy.
Back into it. Even, like, well, first of all, I really got to thank specifically all the voicemails for that day. I think there was 4 of them. Wally Mario was like a good just like, you know, he's like a all-star day one listener type thing. But then the Jim Snow idea.
Can I say something? I've had that exact idea before.
On
this podcast?
No, not on this podcast.
Well, then you got to say it first, Jack.
I've said this to my whole family because I was shoveling snow 2 years ago, and I was like, this is a great workout. And then I said, there should be a gym where
that would have been a great Jackie idea.
It is a Jackie idea.
Too bad. No, it's that guy's idea. That voicemail guy's idea. But that one and the and talking about how you pee, it was just like, did you guys pick that like on purpose? Were you like, oh, this is a ridiculously stupid question about how guys pee? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because that was like, I couldn't have scripted that.
That was crazy.
It was like a script.
That was crazy. And it was just like, it was the fact that it came from a man of science. It's like everyone's thinking about this.
There were only 3, but that ended up being the 4th. That you said the 4th. So then I did actually kind of like, I went through a few and then I figured that one would be the best. So I did do that.
Oh, okay. So Jackie gets credit. It's your idea and you produced the hit. Okay. But I was like, I mean, that do you pee through the fly or over your waistband is like the bricks of the foundation upon which the show was built.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't realize it when you're, you know, number 2. That you like you do both at the same time. I learned that yesterday.
I feel like I've learned in recent years that girls don't do that. That it's like one or the other.
Is that a thing?
I mean, I don't.
More so, at least the only times I've ever heard people say that is girls.
That makes Una's whole nightmare of a situation a little more understandable, I guess.
I think it's almost the opposite, because to me, it feels like it feels like one of those planes that are dropping water on a fire. You know what I'm talking about? For a girl, I feel like it just goes, and the whole region just opens up. We have a tube and a thing. You know, if anything, I think it would be the opposite.
Yeah, we're like the salmon getting changed.
Right through the tube.
Yeah, we got a fucking pretty accurate system here. They're just like pump and dump.
You know what is so funny? I mean, like, I'm sure we take this for granted, but like, I think we just have one internet brain. The fact that you can be like, we're like the salmon. And I'm like, yeah, the man-made lakes where you put the salmon in the tube and it repopulates it. Like, that's all you had to say was the word salmon. And I'm like, got it, dude.
Wait, speaking of, by the way, one internet brain, Pluribus rocks. Love Pluribus.
You would.
Dude.
I think I'm at a point where I just have to understand who John has become as an actor and a creator, and we're never going to be aligned on anything
loving
again.
Pluribus.
Pluribus is ungodly slow. It's slow to a ridiculous extent.
For sure.
Like that whole episode could have been 10 minutes of like
it could have been, but dude, when she fucking decides to die, that was with the unbelievable.
That's right. Like,
and that doesn't happen if everything's cut down into 5 minutes, into 2 minutes. That scene was fucking insane.
Okay, I'm behind, so spoiler alerts.
Well, there's only like one thing that happens to really spoil you one, but it's not bad. Like everything you're saying is true. I constantly throughout the show, I'm like, that's a great shot. I get what's going on. I understand it all. It's very slow.
It's slow.
It's insanely slow.
But it's also like you like recognize what you're saying. Like everything, like I'm like, that's great, that's great, that's great, that's great. A lot of great things together makes a great thing.
From like a technical point of view, I think from like a plot and development and just like entertainment point of view, we gotta get moving.
But I think it's slow but intentional. Like
it's all intentional. No doubt. No doubt.
Like I mean, like every scene, like I'm trying to figure out the clues within it, and that captures my attention, even though the storyline. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like other slow shows don't have that many like.
There are shows that try to do a slow burn and they just stink because they don't do it well, and that's not this, but there is just some point of like Rhea Seehorn is a fucking unbelievable actress, and she carries that shit mostly by herself, like for huge chunks of time, and I can appreciate that and like that and understand that. But also when you do a show like this, just like the regular type of like conflicts and character developments and all that kind of stuff just don't happen when it's just like you're watching one woman like do her daily routine. You know what I mean?
But she's not doing her daily routine. She's falling apart.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying,
and also
but like
rebuilding herself at the same time.
But you haven't seen. You're not caught up.
Okay, then.
But she's falling apart.
All right, some fireworks. It gets crazy.
But even before the fireworks, like she's going out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. She's packing a fucking golf bag and a shotgun, going into the woods. Like she's living life where there's fucking no one else on this planet, no one who will talk to her, no one who will like level with her. She's like fucking Walt Whitman going into the woods,
hitting the golf balls at the windows.
Yeah, just breaking windows.
Yeah.
She's
like, why not?
She's falling apart,
and
then eventually decides to die. It's a great episode.
Well, I saw where the firework tilts and then she.
Yeah. When she just that's what I'm talking about. When the firework tilts at her and she kind of.
It doesn't hit her.
It doesn't, but she decides to die.
Yo.
She decides to not fix that.
Yeah,
she sees what's happening.
She could have just let her.
Oh, okay. So then I'm out.
She's not actually dead. Yeah.
She decides to not save her own life.
Yeah. What are you guys doing on a Pluribus type day? Like only person in the world.
Great question.
Thank you so much.
Probably what I do now.
I honestly, I would probably do like I don't know.
I think maybe I'm just saying this because she did it. I think I would go hit golf balls with an aluminum baseball bat into the street. Yeah. I used to do that when I was a kid, and looking back on it, it was like the most dangerous, reckless thing an 8-year-old could do. 10-year-old, 12-year-old, whatever it was. Like there was just golf balls raining down like 1,000 yards away from where I hit it. And like I don't know, could have hit a puppy, could have hit a kid, could have hit a car. I don't know. But now I'd be like, I don't have to worry about that.
The fun of
I could hit these.
You take 3 cuts and you go. It's not as fun if I can't maybe hit a baby.
Yeah. There's no
I quickly
used to
get bored of it. You'd be like, no, this doesn't have the same vibe to it.
We used to spray tennis balls with aerosol cans and light them on fire and throw them at cars. Maybe I'd do that again.
That's crazy. That like all guys have that.
Yeah, we used to throw rocks at buses.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys have that like destructive nature in you.
Yeah.
But I went through it and then I was done. And I was like, wow, that is like the shittiest thing in the world.
It cracks me up that
I remember egging a house one year and we got caught and it was like I felt awful about myself.
Really?
Like to this day, I still like regret doing it. I was like, what was I doing?
I only have like one of those regrets, and I've talked about it a million times. Is when I called a teacher fat.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's tough.
I don't know why I did it.
I don't know. That's mean.
Can you explain it again?
It was someone. This guy's definitely dead by now. He was obese.
Don't.
I feel really bad about calling this guy fat, but he's so fat he's dead.
Well, it was like 30 years ago. He was like 60 years old. He was humongous. He's probably
not going to be a 90-year-old obese person. He's got to be in the dirt.
It's like 2003. Guy was fucking huge. But someone asked how to spell his name in class. They're like, "Hey, Mr. Blank, how do you spell your name? And I went F-A-T.
That's not even good.
It's not good. It's like not my kind of humor. I have no idea why I did that. And the whole class erupted, and he looked at me like kind of sad.
What the fuck, dude?
And I was like, why the fuck did I do that? What the fuck was that?
Did you like apologize to him?
Of course I apologized to him, like immediately. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I did that.
How old were you again?
Freshman high school.
Oh.
I don't know why I did that. It fucking pisses me off.
You know what? That guy's probably dead. He probably killed himself. He probably was like, I'm so fat, my students don't respect me. He put up a firework and blasted himself in the face.
I don't know why. I've like literally had never done anything like that in my life to that point. Never done anything after.
Weird.
I don't know why I did that.
The other day I was talking to somebody.
Intrusive thoughts. Sometimes they win.
And they were like saying like they were kind of like debating quitting their job and like doing this like kind of niche art thing or whatever that like whatever. And I don't know what overtook me, but I was just like they were like I don't know like what I should do. And then I was just like, you know what you should do. I was like, I did not say that. She goes, you're right, I'm gonna quit my job. And then she quit her job. And I was like, and I literally was like sitting there being like, that I don't know what
Was that
like,
what you meant, by the way, though? Because that could go both ways.
No, I don't even remember like what I meant by it. I mean, like it's like I think it was just filler. But like the fact that she quit her job because of me, I was like, I don't even know what I'm
That's
saying.
a great people should use that more often. When someone's venting to you, just say, you know what you should do.
Yeah.
And don't push them one way or the other. But they will do it.
Yeah.
Did you actually think she should quit her job or keep her job?
I literally like was tuning out of the conversation, like because I was just trying. It was like filler. I was like focused on what I was gonna make for dinner.
That's kind of the best way to give advice, because you don't have any good advice.
You know.
Not for like a
Also,
person who's in a situation you've never been in. You're like, you just passionately, confidently, you know what you should do.
You know what? That's so true.
Like, I do know.
What you really
was
need to
kinda-
hear in those moments, especially like if it's someone who really knows the details of your life and can maybe give you like an actual assessment, fine. But otherwise, the advice you should give should be much more like, you are a very capable and smart person who like you should trust your gut because you know what I mean? Like the advice needs to be about the decision, not the decision.
Like you're trying to give me like a 30-second update on this. There's 10 million factors.
Right. It's
that
been going on your
into
whole
it.
life.
You know what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You also, I feel like everyone also knows deep down. It's like when you flip a coin and then you like land on heads and you're like, well, I actually kind of want
Actually, we go tails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Right.
You know what
A Pluribus day, though, for me, I mean, I guess the whole thing is like,
I think I might like that painting looked really. If I was just like to paint a whole driveway, kind of like with that white, like it would be aesthetically pleasing to
you
kind
could
of
just do that now, though. You know?
I like to think a Pluribus day for me would look like Ray of Seahorns.
By the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, Pluribus is a show where the world has kind of been taken over by this like alien virus where everybody except for 11 people have now become these like hive mind, basically robots. So they just live to like serve and there's no repercussions for behavior or anything like that. So it's like you could just do whatever you want.
I like to think I would do nothing. I don't know. I
keep thinking like
I wouldn't like being around them.
Is like cable and streaming still running and stuff like that? I guess it would be, right? Like, would you have like regular life where it's like
no,
you wouldn't be able to watch sports and stuff, but could you just put on a show and watch it?
You really ask them to like fake put on sports,
but I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. There's something where I think we talked about on this show. Like, I really don't like them.
Yeah.
What are they called? The joined or the others or whatever?
You mentioned that in your text. I hadn't noticed that they call them the joined.
Maybe it's the others. They call them a something.
Yeah.
Or at least people writing about the show do. I don't know if it's in the show.
Got it.
But like, I think it's joined. But I don't like them on screen. I don't like them.
Really?
Like as characters, I don't
I
like them.
I think it's a very interesting show in that like we know that John is pretty like AI and technology averse, and that's the way he watches the show. When I watch it, I'm like, I would 1000% be the James Bond guy before I was Rhea Seehorn.
Yeah.
Rhea Seehorn is miserable.
Yeah.
I hate Rhea Seehorn. I think she is such a prick in this show.
I'm
like,
kind
you
of
are
agree.
such a fucking asshole to these people. You're so dramatic. You're like, and then if it was between being like that or being like the other guy who's like, this is not a great situation, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna make the best of it. I don't know about the sex stuff gets weird because it's like technically you're fucking like your grandma.
Yeah.
Or something. That gets a little dicey. But if it's just like let's play pretend, at least at the beginning, I would do that.
I do it. I don't know. It's again like it's not even like an intellectual thing. Like my gut, I get uncomfortable when they're on screen. I don't like them. They make me feel weird.
So in that case, you would be alone then all the time?
I guess so, because like I really like the show when it's just Rhea Seehorn.
What about the one girl who like Rhea, like who hugs at the end? Like she's
okay.
Yeah, like could you have like one friend?
I don't know. Again, I'm just talking about like a viewer of the show. Like I just don't like the characters.
I'm still thinking.
But I did say I don't know, for some reason when they were talking to the guy in Spanish, they were making me laugh. And they're like, when they're like, "Come on, bud, don't go into the fucking rainforest."
We're begging you not to do this, dude.
I thought that was pretty good.
Well, I'm still thinking about the part where she like looks back. She's getting on the private jet with the other guy, and then she looks back. Like I feel like she has a little bit of consciousness, and then she almost breaks when Rhea's like, "Tell me," and she's in the wheelchair. Like, she's
yeah. Well, I think they're kind of like hinting that you're still in there a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also like, I guess, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, but them eating bodies, I think is not appalling to me.
It's not appalling. Like their explanation makes sense.
Yeah, it's like they're dead. It's not like if they're killing people to eat them, that's a problem. If you are using people who die naturally, I think that we should do that in the real world. Like, I think if there was a way to get some, I don't want to eat people, but if there was a way to like benefit like in some other way, rather than buying a $10,000 box and burying them, like I think what we do right now with dead people is fucking insane. The amount of money that people spend, the pomp and circumstance. I'm much more Frank Reynolds, throw me out in the trash.
Yeah.
So if there was a world where it was like, don't ask, don't tell. You don't have to watch it, but we take the dead bodies and we like grind them up and we like fertilize with them or some shit like that. I would be much more down with that than the current state of like death.
I guess you're right. I would agree. I don't
know if I don't know if I would want to drink like dead body pee water the way they do it, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No,
it makes sense.
That again, it's like seeing The Room would be incredibly jarring.
Yeah,
and then,
I don't want to watch it,
but also like hearing the explanation, you'd be like, all right. That explanation makes sense, but I don't fucking think I trust you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so that's
if I trusted you, that explanation's fine. I don't know who the fuck you are or what you are, so I don't.
Right. I mean, I think at some point that's going to be a part of the show is they stop being totally benevolent all the time.
Yeah.
Like they start to, we're like we need to kill you to make you into water or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I like the Indian guy when he's like, yes, I know. It is very off-putting.
Yeah.
I don't like it either. But, that would be me. I think I'd be like, I don't love this. I'd prefer it not to be happening. But if all this has to be happening, I'm going to enjoy it rather than freak the fuck out about it.
Agreed. But then there are also, how many times can you say, look, I don't love it?
Yeah.
Like his now he's said it both episodes he's in.
Yeah.
Like, and I agreed with him in episode 2 when he's like, look, I don't know. I don't think that I've heard this is the end of the world. It doesn't feel like it to me. Yeah. I completely understood that and got that. And then when he's like, look, I don't love this either, but it is what it is. And then by the third time you're saying it,
like clearly there's a problem.
You're probably in a problem. By the third time you're going, I don't love it, but it is what it is.
I also feel like what I would do is, can't she talk to Helen, basically? Couldn't she be like, you're in there? Like they know things about her, right? That means they're kind of like accessing Helen's memories or thoughts. So couldn't you be like, I want to talk to my dead mom, my dead boyfriend, my dead, this, that, whatever.
Yeah.
Or not even dead, just like, I don't know, someone from across the world or whatever. It's like, I know you're in there. I think I would try to find ways to do that,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But because then I was also thinking like the sex thing isn't actually that weird because they don't seem like they're like a continued version of that. Like it seems like it's mostly just their memories stored.
I think it would just be weird. I'd be for myself.
For yourself.
Like,
yeah. Or you can at least have somebody act like Helen.
Well, that's I feel like what you need to do.
But aren't we all like kind of a little kid too?
What?
You know what I mean? Like I'm still little me.
That's true.
You're banging
it's like
me.
when
You're banging young
me,
John Henry.
Right. When you're fucking me, I still have thoughts I did when I was like 8 years old. I'm still the kid throwing rocks at a bus.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I'm not every little kid on the planet, but there's still parts of little kid me in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not wrong, but it's like
it's a tough argument to make. I don't know if it stands up.
Yeah, right. It's like
the
the
high school argument where it's like
it's the what?
It's like the nudes in high school argument.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Right.
Exactly. But if you're Seahorn, like whatever her name is, you're not really one to like save the world though, because you don't really like to like,
him personally.
Are you talking about me personally right now?
Yeah. Like, would you take on the crusade she is to try to convert everyone back?
Yeah.
No.
No,
And I wouldn't even go so far. Like once I heard there were 11, I'd be like, well, that's about it.
Right. If it was like
game.
If it was like 50-50 or something.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm pretty overwhelmed.
It's
right
8 billion on 11. Like,
yeah.
we're pretty screwed on this one. And they got all the scientists and all the everyone. We got a dancer and me. Like, yeah, probably out. I'm gonna head to the woods.
And what did they say? There's a finite. They said like by XYZ we're out of resources, right? Didn't they say that?
10 years.
10 years. So I don't know if that would make me all the more reason. I think I'd be like, I'm just gonna live it up then.
Well, have you guys seen the egg theory?
No.
Oh, you know how she was talking about freezing her eggs? Stem cells are in the eggs, so then they can access their stem cells through the eggs.
Access who's what?
Oh,
the joined people can
you so I don't know if they would
What
like
would
put
you
them
do with
back
the egg,
in her.
though?
Yeah, so that's the part that I don't really know. I didn't like fully, but either they populate using her eggs, or no, I think that they would like inject the whatever into the eggs and then
Can they not
I think maybe
have
like put
sex?
it in their food.
Could they procreate?
Yeah, I know. That's a good point.
I guess so. I don't know.
I wonder if they like have some rule that they can't do that, but it's
No
like they
banging.
keep being like we're all gonna die in 10 years. It's like make more babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder though. I guess that maybe if you had a new brain, would it be in the hive?
If you had a
New, yeah.
Like if two hive mind people have a baby, does the hive thing automatically apply, or is that now there's 12 people now there's 13 people because maybe they don't.
I
wanna-
would guess on him. I would think it would.
I don't know how that works.
It was just a
Yeah.
kiss. Just a kiss, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a physical
Yeah.
thing, right? So it's like you probably have that.
Can I say
I
something?
don't know
that might
how
be a
it
little
works
nuts?
with like what?
I just
You can
wanna-
always say something that's nuts.
I'm not completely convinced that we're not already like a hive mind of some
That
sort.
doesn't surprise me
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, I don't think to that extent.
Can I say some kind of nuts?
I mean, the internet like for sure has created a hive mind effect. I wouldn't
Absolutely.
say we're not like that, but like we're way more than we were. I agree
But I
with
don't
that.
know. It's like mushrooms. Like they're all connected, but they're individual mushrooms, but they're all connected.
Wait, what? Say it again.
No, yeah.
It's like mushrooms are.
We want me to say? I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. That was fucking.
And like they all look like individuals, but they're not.
I don't know enough about humans or mushrooms to prove this theory wrong, and it makes
Yeah.
sense.
And it's like at some extent, like you have, I feel like almost like the fact that I could picture what it's like to be a coal miner. I've never been a coal miner, but for some reason my brain is able to, and I understand like the imagination, can do that. But like if you think about it in terms of AI, like AI, the only reason that it's able to like conjure up something, a new idea, is if it's had like personal experience, that into its own data. And so it just kind of makes me think, like, what if the only reason I can picture being a coal miner is because a part of me is actually a coal miner, and that's just part of my data. So, sorry.
Okay. I mean, look, it's all good things. I would argue you've read stories or watched movies about coal miners.
Yeah, but like
Not like you just fucking know it through.
flying. I guess I've read stories about flying, but like it's like-
You've heard other people's experiences.
Do you have
This is like it's like the flat Earth argument. It's like I've only heard it from other people. I haven't actually.
Yeah, but do you ever have dreams about flying?
No.
What?
The-
Do you guys? Okay, sorry, real quick, just last thing. Do you hear ringing in your head? Like not ringing in your ears, ringing in your head, like right here, high pitched noise.
Well, I mean, you hear things in your ear, so how would you?
No.
How do you
but
hear
it's-
something here?
I know that's what this is the.
That's like
It's not
hearing
all the
something
time,
here.
right? Occasionally.
like
I right now I permanently have like a, and I just kind of live with
Yeah.
it, but then every now and then I zero in on it, and
You
I'm like,
zero-
fuck,
exactly.
go away. I think
Yeah.
they call it tinnitus, right? It's like a thing.
Oh, I obviously don't know.
But
what
that
they call it.
I think tinnitus is for people who like it's like overwhelming and you can't like live your life. I'm right now it's just like.
But sometimes it's like ow. It's like literally sounds like a feedback loop if you hold a microphone to an amp.
Don't feel that.
Okay. Yeah.
Occasionally, my head will be ringing. I think it's a headache, but right now I'm pretty good.
That's why I need to sleep with white noise because otherwise I just focus on the.
Really?
The ringing.
Oh, that seems like
Yeah.
deeper issues. Maybe. Okay, I don't know.
Fuck, man.
No, sorry.
I don't know. I just thought I had ringing in my head.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, the deeper issues of that, I cannot be left alone with my thoughts in silence. But the ringing is, I think, a physical thing.
It just makes me feel like, microchipped or something like that. Like, I didn't realize. Like, because I keep saying this to people, and people are like,
This bitch is such a fucking
I'm nervous.
Like,
this is we're gonna do a whole new thing now. What's gonna happen to you next?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
yeah. Sorry.
I'm worried about
gotta-
where your brain goes when you don't check it into this room twice a week.
Yeah.
It's beginning to look a lot like holidays on the house at DraftKings Casino. Celebrate the season with bright lights and big wins on all your favorite casino games. Spin more than 1,000 different slots. Everything from the classics to the exclusive new releases. And right now, new players get 500 spins over 10 days on your choice of cash eruption slots. That's when you use promo code KFC on the DraftKings app. Download the app, sign up, and use code KFC. You can choose from 10 different cash eruption slot games and let it spin. So, I mean, 500 spins you have 500 chances at hitting a jackpot, making that money, stacking some dough. So you could go on a nice 10-day stretch with what's that? 50 spins a day. And let it rip, baby.
Get that cash eruption.
Go to DraftKings today, download and use promo code KFC to choose from the 10 different cash eruption slots. In partnership with DraftKings Casino, the crown is yours. Fellas! You already know what time it is. It's time to level up, and Bluechew just dropped something crazy. I'm talking next level. Championship belt, gold-plated energy. We're talking Bluechew Gold. It's the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill. This is not, oh, whoops, we discovered dick pills by accident. No. We are focusing on the Bluechew tablets with Bluechew Gold. It's a 4-in-1 beast that is setting the gold standard for sexual performance. We're talking 2 ingredients for blood flow. That keeps your rocket pumping. Then you mix that with apomorphine and oxytocin to turn up the arousal and the connection in your brain and body. So it's like you're going to have the physiology where like your dick is working better, but also like mentally and emotionally, you're more in the mood. You're ready to get down, so it's more, it's both mental and physical. Bluechew Gold dissolves under your tongue, works in as little as 15 minutes, and that means you can get it on quicker and then stay in the game longer. It's elevation without hesitation. And this is peak passion with peak performance, all in a single tablet. I mean, if your bed could talk after this, it would be asking for a break. So make life easier by getting harder and discover the options at BlueChew.com. Right now, head over to BlueChew.com, use promo code KFC, and get 10% off your first month. That's promo code KFC at BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast. We'll find. I mean, sounds like it should be a new podcast. Jackie thoughts, like, run wild, girl.
I don't know. I think that, I do like teeter on the edge of like seriously going nuts and like going crazy. So you just have to, like, if you see me in the hallways, just check it.
Do I remain your keeper?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do.
I'm the one that can send her to a mental institution if I
want.
Oh, you have final say?
Is that 1099? No, that's
1057.
1057.
Yeah. When was the time that we came closest? I think there was.
It was like sometime. Like I think it was a winter last year.
Wait.
Yeah, I was starting to lose it, and I was just like, "Hey, you're in charge of reeling me back." Which was not in my hands now. That's right.
That smile. It's like, I don't have any responsibility for my own craziness anymore.
I don't make any decisions.
Yes.
For the week.
I am not in control of my own craziness, and it's great. I put that burden on a man.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
You gotta do your own effort too, though.
Not anymore, no.
You gotta stop reading all this conspiracy. Like, what are you like? You got a microchip in your head right now?
Jackie's got like black pill. She's gone red pill into black pill. She's gone, bro.
I don't actually think I'm microchipped, just for the record. But when
you will occasionally say things where I'm like, where'd you hear that?
Yeah, like I'm always curious. I would love to just follow Jackie's like internet habits. Are you picking this up on Twitter? Are you watching like a weird podcast? Are these like how do these things come into your brain? Or is it natural?
I can't lie. I've been listening.
It's
to
the hive mind.
this.
It's the mushroom.
Yeah, exactly. I've been listening to this podcast, the telepathy tapes, and that.
That's it. It all goes back to the telepathy.
Yeah, it has
telepathy
made me actually
How
teeter
long
on
is this
being
podcast?
a
You've been listening to it for 3 years.
It's on season 2 now, so it's in.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
And I'm
that.
currently listening to an episode on how like horses. There's a lot of like you can read a horse's mind. and they're easier minds to read, and I actually believe it.
If there is not a video of Jackie trying to read a horse's mind next month.
Come on, man.
There's something about horses that are
podcast for like 3 years. You tell me you listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
About how to read a horse's mind.
Yeah.
That's what you do with your read.
Well, it's not so much a reading mind, it's that they can talk with their minds.
So wait, the horses can read.
You're listening to a podcast.
Okay, there's a singular
Jackie,
episode.
hey, what is the podcast about? Give it to me.
It's about autistic kids communicating through
It's
telepathy,
about-
John.
Yeah, exactly. It's
But
about-
now there's horses.
This
Season one was autistic kids. Season 2 is horses. All right.
Well, there's
I
one
don't know.
episode. The other episode is about like
She's being so serious. I don't think she likes that we're laughing about it.
I don't think she does either. What
This
is
is serious business, folks.
What is the horse episode about?
what?
The horse mind reading episode.
Like occasionally if they're hurt, they'll kind of like just like tune into your mind and be like, hey, by the way, like I can't breathe. And then, but there's certain people who are more tapped into horses, obviously.
Yeah.
And so then they can just like read.
You can spot them. They're not quiet about it.
No,
Kind of gives a new definition to the horse girl.
there are government official people who are, well, also there's government official mediums who can. I don't even want to get, that was a whole other episode. I'm not even going to get into it. But yeah, the horses are for some reason a little bit more connected. They can talk to humans a little bit more, and humans can talk to horses a little bit more.
You know what Jackie
I'm not
gives me
understanding what's so
sometimes? You
confusing.
know what Jackie just gave me there? It might be a little weird. She gave me very Jason Bateman vibes right there. The way she was talking. Sort of like, hey, the horses, they can reach those minds. You just say these things so matter-of-factly, like we all know that the horses read each other's minds.
I see now. Here's where I'm gonna come in with like, I don't disagree with you,
Yeah.
but I obviously don't agree with you.
Yeah.
like there is clearly some connection between humans and horses that's better than connection with other animals, right?
Yeah, because
Well-
they have fucking telepathy brains, bro.
like we just interact with them more. There's a reason we interact with them more than any other animal.
I don't. With dogs.
Well, I don't mean, but the dogs would be in the same. There's a handful of
But
animals.
she's saying that dogs don't have telepathy.
No, I do believe that dogs have dogs.
Okay, then point John.
Well, hold the phone there. Excuse me, sir. Did you just say dogs aren't telepathic?
Idiot.
Like, it's where you lose me is where you it becomes more of a formal thing. Where like we're talking to horses and we're reading their minds. It's,
Yeah, you
we have
believe in
some
an
kind of
unspoken connection. Yeah.
I don't want
But
to
not a
like
communication thing.
really
Yes.
like lose all my credibility, but I did.
Don't do that, Jackie.
I did have a time when I had telepathy with my dog.
Say more.
But it's like not gonna sound like it, but it's just I know that it was. Okay, basically, so I used to like when my first dog was like in a crate, you know, I used to sleep with him like next to his crate because I felt bad, whatever. So that's where and the whole point of like telepathy is you really have to like form like a bond with these animals. Okay, so that was where like the bondness began. And then one night I just all of a sudden like I really had a song stuck in my head. This is not gonna sound like it. It's not gonna sound like it, but I know. Just trust me, like I know this was telepathy, okay?
Source, just trust me, bro.
So I had a song really stuck in my head, and it was playing in my head. And it was like so, and then it kept playing, and it was so loud to the point where like I could hear it. And then I look, and then all of a sudden I could like hear it was blasting, and my dog looked up at the same time. And then he looked at me, and in his look, I just knew that we were. Do you know a little bit what I mean?
You lost me so long ago. What are you talking about?
I actually.
So the dog knew that the song was playing?
Both your heads
Take
popped
it
up.
With Pabs. Like,
Take it up with Babs.
Not you're looking at me. This is his fault.
Yo, he's the one letting me roam around out here.
I'm literally, what the fuck are you doing? Let me talk about having telepathy with my dog.
Turn my mic off. Put me in prison. What are we doing here?
What the fuck are you doing? Let me talk about having telepathy with my dog.
Are you fucking nuts? What?
Bro.
Dude, so goddamn funny.
Dude, these are the moments where I'm like, oh, let's not end this show because I'm like definitively business-wise, growth-wise, money-wise, we need to do work and pivot. But I'm like, where's this gonna happen?
You gotta find a new place to be saying these things.
Do you guys still
we need at the very least once a month telepathy horse video. Just call it the telepathy horse. I don't know. And you just talk about that.
What are you doing? Let me talk about that telepathy.
Seriously. But do you guys still want to hang out?
Definitively.
I honestly don't know.
No, I want.
It's kind of,
I'm almost looking forward to doing this. Maybe not like. It sucks for the audience, but for me, yeah. I would love to hang out. You can hang out. You're talking dog telepathy? We can hang out whenever you want, girl.
But my thing is, I don't know how I respond to things like that when there is the camera in the room.
Right. Oh, if this is just privately, John would be in a pretzel. He would just be silent. He'd be like, all right,
let's be playful. Otherwise, he'd be like, what the fuck did you say? What are you talking about?
Yeah, at least I can like pin you guys down and like make you listen to me and my fucking crazy ass theories here.
Jackie just walks into the office every day, like, you guys hear about the new podcast I'm listening to? John, what do you think about this?
Yeah. No, let's hang
out. You want to hang out? Let's hang out.
Maybe like.
I was thinking the other day that like I think I've said this before, but what I wish last night, me and Clem and Robbie watched Home Alone on a stream together.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so we did it over Zoom, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
Was this? Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, at this age, that's the kind of stuff I want to do. And preferably we were in person. Like I want what I want to have is adult male sleepovers.
Oh, dude.
But like you can't. You're gay and weird if you do that, right? But I don't want to drink. I don't want to party. It's not like, oh, we partied and then like you crashed at my house. It's like, come over to my house. We're gonna put on a movie, and you can like get under the blankets and sleep at night. You know what I mean? Like we have your own room. I'll have plenty of space for everyone. But I just want like my bros to come over and hang out.
I've been having fantasies about sleepovers.
Right?
Yeah, I know they did this recently on the Act. They're like, it's male sleepovers are a thing. People,
are they a thing?
I don't know. I know.
Or like,
I know we're all talking about it.
Desiring them.
Desiring.
Okay, we all yeah. So
did chicks have sleepovers like as a kid? Like was it as often?
Oh yeah, slumber parties for girls for sure.
What are you talking about?
I knew you guys had it, but I guess I'm thinking about like in my family, like I was out of the house every night, but my sisters were both like homebodies. So like in my experience,
but
not
maybe
as
were
much.
girls coming over to your house? Maybe they were just maybe they were hosting.
I guess I wouldn't have been there. So
I think
know.
sleepovers. I saw some video of some fucking guy, some Manosphere podcast, being like, "I will never let my daughter have a sleepover." The statistics show, he's like 90% of girls get raped at sleepovers, and everyone was like, "What are you fucking talking about, dude?" Like, yeah, I'm sure there are horrible instances, but like, you can have sleepovers, and I think sleepovers are like the most fun ever.
Yeah,
they're like my best childhood memories, and I think now, like when you're over partying, and I don't know, you just kind of settle in. Like at my age, I'm sort of like what sucks the most. I feel like being a guy, this is a thing too. I think girls are usually better about like getting together and being seen. Yeah. I have a friend group that's really good about getting together, and I'm always kind of the one like I can't make it. I got the kids, I got work, whatever. But in general, like I think what I miss the most is just like hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
As you get older, and again, I'm making this a guy thing. I don't know if it is or not, but as a guy, I'm like I can not talk to one of my good friends for like months at a time. And then once I do, we're fine. It's like, Dan, you just slid right back in.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool that we can do that. But I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather like hang out all the time. But I don't want it to be the other. And then the other side of it is I'm very picky about this. I want to hang out with everyone, but I don't want it to be like a party, a plan thing. We have to go to a restaurant. We have to get a reservation. We get everyone together. It has to be 35 people or nothing, you know?
Right.
I don't know. This weekend, these two buddies came over and slept over. And the next day, it's this guy. And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just like how it used to be with friends.
Revolving door of men.
I don't think my friends would do it like or feel this passionately about it as I do. But my dream would be to like I want when I get my house done, I want to make it a place where people are like I want to go sleep over at that guy's house. I want to go have a slumber party with Kevin.
You guys heard of Neverland?
Yes, I want to be Michael Jackson.
Fucking do something like that.
Guys, I got a petting zoo. Come on over.
Really perfect.
What I think I'm gonna do
was his Neverland or which one's the Peter Pan? Which one's him?
Peter Pan is Neverland. His was the Neverland Ranch.
The Neverland Ranch.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trick this thing out. I'm gonna get the basketball court done. The pool will be done. I want to get a pool table. I want to get all the shit that there's cool stuff to do when you come. And I think I'm going to have childcare. I'd be like, I'm gonna have a pen in my backyard. I mean, you bring all your kids there, you throw them in the pen, and there is like an accredited nanny or something watching them. So that, because then it's always like, oh, I want to come, but I got the kids. Then if I bring the kids, it becomes a kids event, not an adult event. If I don't bring the kids, then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You bring them, throw them in the pen. We can go play hoops. We can go swimming. We do cannonballs. We can go play pool, watch a movie, and then I'll have a bunch of sleeping bags.
Chuck them in the pen, dude.
Yeah.
Throw them in the fucking barn.
Like you are child trafficking.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's the problem. All of it inherently sounds super creepy and like weird or like gay and sexual. It's like none of that. I just want to hang out with the bros without partying and without making it too big of a production.
Like
Always Sunny episode.
Yeah.
This is a humongous Always
Sunny
episode.
Right.
Yeah, this is what they send out. They want to have dudes.
Yeah, that's exactly
big
it.
episode. Again, it's clearly this is a thing that men go through because, like I said, the Yak did it recently. Always Sunny's got an episode on it. People like having slumber parties.
You guys
with the
made
bros.
like tote bags, like and here you are carrying your little tote bags.
What'd you just say to me?
Tote bags.
What about them?
Just like
you guys have your matching tote bags.
Kind of like
you're fucking gay, guys.
Some might say gay.
You're gay.
What does that have to do with anything about what we're talking about?
I thought we were just gonna take a stray. I don't know. Maybe she has a point. I thought we were gonna be like detour real quick from the slumber party. You guys are gay. Come on back.
Like,
That's what I thought was going on. I don't know.
No, I'm saying like tote bags. Men were afraid to wear tote bags.
So, like we're the trailblazers. We're gonna break down the walls here.
and like it just takes like just be like, God, what do you mean you don't have sleepovers?
Bro, we used
your dog make this point.
I was first of all, fuck you and your tote bags. I was literally saying you guys made tote bags cool. And I was complimenting your tote bags if anything.
That's not what you were saying.
No, that's what I was saying. But now that you're saying that, your tote bags are gay.
I don't know if that happened on an episode. Did we talk like I don't know if the full extent.
We did not give them enough.
Yeah. So this is it, right?
I have a different one today.
Okay, but this is
it. You have a different tote bag today?
I got a different one.
So where'd you guys get? You guys both got these from somebody?
Like it's
a brand. So you bought these separately?
No, it's a store.
Okay.
And then that's just like your shopping bag when you walk out.
Okay.
So I had got Cat Pavs a present from that store. So I brought him the present in the bag.
What was the present?
Clothes from the store.
A 12-inch dildo. So they both have this bag, and there was one day like we wrapped up. It's like, all right, see you guys later, and they both just went like.
No. Fights reached for it, and Pabs goes, "That's mine. That's my quitting bag."
That was unbelievable.
I didn't want to say it. I was like, I gotta let him know. He's gonna walk out.
But
speaking of presents, I got a great present for Rhea in that bag today.
Cool.
Well.
You guys have all seen it, but this is Rhea's favorite movie.
Oh.
Too Fast. Wow, that is fire. That's very cool. You're not going to keep that for yourself?
Remind me what happens in Too Fast, Too Furious.
Bunch of cars. Vin Diesel.
Well, how much time you got, Jackie? It's pretty nuanced.
We don't need to break down Too Fast, Too Furious. No. Anyway, I'm going to have adult sleepovers.
Okay.
You know when people think, like, I don't know if you guys did this, but I feel like everybody at some point has this thought of like, why don't we all get like an apartment building and we all get a unit and like live together, or like let's all like live on the same block, same houses. I think we should do those things for real. It's impossible, but if there was ever a world, like if I could have got like if there was like a 5-unit apartment and like 10 of my friends all paired off, we all lived in the same building, it would have been the greatest years of my life.
Yeah,
it would be. I know it's silly and impractical, but like if there is a way to actually do that, you should do it. I think what I'm describing is like a cult and a commune. I think the people who actually decide to go do that are, like shunned from society. But if you could do it in a normal way, I think it would be the most fun of all time.
I think me and my friend group are working towards a normal way of doing it.
Really?
We go away every year. And we also, when we go away, we also bring a book of scratch tickets.
Right.
$1,000 worth of scratch tickets. And we scratch the tickets while we're away. And if we ever hit it big, we buy the house we're staying in.
Cool.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And we lose $1,000 a year is what happens.
Right.
And it's what will
this
happen
will never happen
until we die. But it almost gives like a fun reason to do it. We're like, all right, we got all the money. Like literally what I'm saying is if we hit the lottery, we buy a house.
Are you staying in like ball
It's not
houses?
a very good business plan.
Are you staying in like unattainable houses?
I mean, not unattainable.
Because I'm telling you right now, if there's ever a world where you're buying a house, you're buying a second house, and you're just like, guys, and you do the trip, and you're like, you know what, we should come back next weekend. And people are like, oh, wouldn't that be great? But like, we only have a rental for this weekend. And you're like, no. I bought the house. It will bring the house down.
Well, everyone would know.
If you bought the house?
Well, because we can only buy it. Everyone would know we hit this. We're scratching a lottery tickets.
I said, like, if you are ever in a situation where you can buy a house. You know what I mean?
I see.
If you're ever buying a second home, vacation home of some sort, try to make it one of the ones you've ever rented before, and then just drop it on them. It would be the greatest moment of all time.
Why don't you just go on like a vacation home with everybody, or like a
You guys just describing less fun ways to do it.
Yeah,
gotta hit the lottery.
Gotta
hit the lottery. Okay. Why aren't you just buying vacation homes? I don't fucking know. So I haven't hit the lottery yet. You're missing the big part of it.
The cart before the horse here. You gotta hit the lottery first.
Oh, you know what would be fun? Surprise your friends with a house. I gotta hit the lottery first.
It would be so sick though, man. It would be so. That would be funny though. The day you guys ever do win the lottery, someone's gonna be like, "Bro, I got bills to pay. I can't buy the house. Mine's going to debt, and sorry."
Everyone else will be like, "We have 4 kids." I'm like, "We made a promise 20 years ago. What are you talking about?" That's why I didn't have any kids. I knew I was gonna have to buy this fucking house one day.
I've been planning this the whole time.
But there's workarounds for you. I feel like if you just invite one of your friends over just for like a normal, night.
Lock the doors.
Yeah, just like slash tires.
Now you're trapped. That's how horror movies start. You have to sleep at my house.
Yeah, but you either go horror movie or like
outside with a knife. Someone slashed everyone's tires except mine.
Anyway, here are some sleeping bags. You want some popcorn? I think the problem is women. I think women make this impossible. I think if a bunch of guys were like, I'm going to go have sleepovers, they'd be like, no, the fuck you're not. You got to stay home and like live with me. You ruined the fun.
No, I don't think I'm going to let you blame us for that. I think that you, like, again.
Objection.
It's the term, like, you guys just think it's for some reason not okay because you guys are all like, you're the ones that are like, oh, we're men and we don't have sleepovers.
No, these are two different things.
Sleepovers.
That is an issue. The second issue is that women, if you're dating them or married to them, don't like you having fun without them.
No.
Yes.
That's not true.
Facts.
Facts. I think it's just if you like, get all your shit done and like, I don't know.
There's always some shit to be done. We're like, well, you didn't.
I'm not gonna take the blame for that. As on behalf of women, whatever the fuck.
I love that she's so.
Whatever it is, we are.
She acts like that is. I'm asking her to like be so over the. I'm just asking you to use the singular and plural.
I just don't get it. Like, I just don't know where I'm going wrong and like.
You understand the idea of like single and plural?
No,
right?
I get that, but
like if you were saying dog and dogs,
no,
and mixing those up,
the same. It's not the same.
You were like my dogs.
But
it's
people are saying like that it's pronounced WIM women.
Yeah.
But then how about you spell it? Fucking WIM.
Well, that's another. There's a million arguments like that.
Fair. Yeah.
Why does Philadelphia start with a P? It sounds like an F.
No, it's
you could do that with a million words.
I don't know. I just think it's stupid. And it's just like a waste of time and like use context clues. It's like of all the things you're gonna call me out on, you're not gonna call me out on dogs, telepathy, but you're gonna call me out on women.
Yeah.
Woman.
Anyways, okay, I feel like I should be like keeping you guys on track.
Yeah, okay. I have a story. Speaking of, I don't know, I guess like petting zoos at my house. There's a bat in my house right now.
What?
You heard me. Did I stutter?
I extremely recently, saw a bat in a house. Thought it'd be much cuter than I expected. What do you think?
They're pretty scary looking.
Really?
Well,
no. Mine was in a picture, so
okay.
That's what I mean. Like, okay. I saw a picture of it. I was like, oh, that's cuter than I thought it was gonna be.
So I'm watching TV and I started hearing like thuds, like loud noises, and walk upstairs and. This bat is just like hitting the walls, hitting the ceiling, like thud, 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 thud. And
that sonar not doing so hot, huh?
What's that?
That sonar's not doing so hot.
Yeah, I was like, what? Is this Batman? Like, this is supposed to be happening here? Bruce Wayne up there just flying into the wall? And so...
Buddy. Throw a scream out into the void. See what comes back.
Now, I do think he's injured. I think I have a injured, battered bat in my house because so I get him like he flies like down the hallway So there's like the whole section that's being, I was about to say being operated on, being renovated. I think that's how he got in. Is like there's like holes and shit in my fucking house. And this bat was injured and now can't really fly that well. So he has just hunkered down in like the top corner of like where the wall meets the ceiling. And he's just like, there's like a 2x4 there and he's just latched on. And he ain't going anywhere, bro. I'm banging on the wall. I'm like, I didn't go as far as hitting him with like a broom, but on the other side of the wall, I'm like, he's on this side of the wall and I'm banging right on him and he's just holding on for dear life. And so the construction guys are there today and I was like, are you guys working upstairs or downstairs today? And they're like, oh, just downstairs. And I was like, fuck. I was like, oh, okay, just for safety purposes, there's a bat up there and I don't want anyone getting bit. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, there's a bat and it might have rabies, so don't go near it. And he was like, why is there a bat? And I was like, I don't know. It must be because of like the construction, all the open walls and stuff. And he was like, I'll take a look at the bat. And I was like, that's all I wanted. All I wanted was someone else to be like, I will take care of your bat problem for you. I mean, when you Google it, it's like, get your thickest pair of gloves, make sure you wear like face protection, and you need to like hit it and capture it in a bucket. And I was like, I'm not doing any of this, bro. That bat now owns that half of my house until further notice. I opened up a window, I took the screen out, and I closed all the other doors, and I was like, until this bat just decides to leave, or until my construction guys get rid of it, Bruce Wayne, it's Wayne Manor. He lives there
until
now.
Keegan forms a telepathic connection with it and asks it to leave.
All right,
bro. That is.
I've done horses.
Luckily though, like my kids were with their mom at this point, so like they're coming tomorrow, and I'm like, I gotta get rid of this bat because if there's a bat in my house, my kids will never stop talking about it, just being scared of it. They're gonna run right home and be like, "There's a bat in Dad's house." Oh, the Child Protective Service will be calling me tomorrow. So I got it. So one way or another, this bat's got to go by tomorrow. But
you know what I got to know about bats?
ends.
When they're upside down, like, does the blood not rush to their head?
I would imagine it does.
I would imagine
they just
evolution
don't-
has handled that one.
They don't.
No, same
I think they just
possums.
don't mind.
Same
What?
Maybe
possums.
they just don't mind.
Maybe they just don't mind. Another thing is like, I don't know if I've already mentioned this on the show, but like kangaroos, you know, they like hop around.
Yeah.
But every other animal, like when they need to get away from a predator, they run. So like, why do they make kangaroos hop? Like it's
But
such an
they can probably
unserious
hop
way
like
to
fat.
get-
They can
I know,
fly.
but it's like cheetahs can run really. Like, just why are kangaroos the one that they're like, this one's gonna hop?
I don't know.
You know?
I
But
don't think
like,
it's-
why? Like, what about fish in the ocean? Why? How are they breathing in that water?
Yeah, but
But there is only one that I know of.
and
One
it's
animal
just
that
such like
hops.
an unserious way to get away from a predator.
It
Like,
is.
Bunnies hop.
Bunnies hop.
Bunnies
Shut
hop.
up. Okay, but it's still like bunnies hop.
Counterpoint from Jackie. Shut up.
It's a good point.
Yeah, it's a good
I
point.
love Jackie as a lawyer. Like, any further questions? Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah. You tell that one to shut the fuck.
Closing statement. This guy's guilty. Shut the fuck up. Oh man. Anyway, so the Dan episode was great. If you haven't watched it, please go do so. I'd imagine if you're listening to this, you've also watched the one with Dan. It was very funny how we all just slid back in. It did give me some thoughts, and I texted Dan this after on our group chat. It's hard to say this because Dan went on to make the biggest, best podcast of all time. But I was like, if this stayed together, I think this would be like the best podcast of all time. And I kept thinking, I'm like, we would be like as successful as like, pardon my take. And it's like, oh yeah, it was him. He went and did it. But I do have this feeling of like, and their show's great, but like kind of what he was saying about it is like they just talk about sports, and I just think you get to see like more sides of us and everything the way we did it. I think that it could have been even bigger and better and more successful than we already were. But I was also trying to think, how many podcasts had multiple people, like a crew early on? I feel like we were really one of the first to do that. Because it's like Rogan and Bill Burr and Bill Simmons, but they were all like individual, maybe had like a partner, like a B host, you know?
Yeah.
But as far as like nowadays where you see like groups of guys getting together, groups of people getting together, I think Legion of Skanks was like right around the same time as us, maybe like a year later. I guess Opie and Anthony kind of had a crew, but that was
I was
radio.
gonna say, like most radio shows, the podcast revolution or whatever it is, funny we don't acknowledge it. It's just radio.
Radio,
We're just doing radio.
Right.
So
but I think
like
there's
what was
some...
a podcast that started doing too? Like all the radio shows.
Yeah. I do think there was a difference though with like, I guess Sirius became you're allowed to say whatever you want and do whatever you want, and that's kind of what happens on the internet. But so yeah, I mean, I guess there's a couple of those, but I really do feel like as far as digital podcasts, internet world,
I think they came on the scene
there.
as like podcasts came on the scene as like this different thing, whereas like they were just radio, and then now they're just talk shows.
Yeah,
Like I feel like most podcasts aren't even really podcasts anymore; they're just talk shows on YouTube.
yeah, it's almost like like The View for women.
Exactly.
Is there one for guys like that? I guess it would be
Joe
like
Rogan. Yeah.
But he's like a solo dude. You know what I mean? He has people on, but like when Joe does Protect Our Parks, people love it, and it's like that's just what we were doing. There's always like 3 or 4 guys like fucking around, you know. So yeah, I think it was very funny to see how much you just slid right back into it. That was wild.
It was really
It was a
fun.
great
I
episode.
didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect it to be like seamless like that. Even the way you were like the voicemails, but like the way you were talking, like it was for a split second we kind of fell back into like Dan and I are like older and talking to you,
100%
which used to make a lot more sense then because it was like we were like married or whatever, and you were still like a young kid.
I'm like what?
Now it's like we're all
4 years
4
younger.
years younger.
Like
Yeah,
in the 20s, that's big.
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Now it's like totally the same. But at that point, it was sort of like we give you advice, or we like, oh, I've been through that. Here's what's gonna happen,
Dude,
or
that
whatever.
fucking that's the first time I've ever seen that.
The 4 years funeral.
4 years funeral.
Yeah,
Should have been pretty clear to that guy.
mental problems.
Mental health was gonna be an issue. Like that was my first time seeing that.
A little bit of foreshadowing
I was
on
like,
that one.
oh my god, you're so sad. Like,
But even that, like when you were at the very end, you're like, so when you guys are using the toilet, you got streaks in there? And I was like, this is a lot like John, what he used to be, kind of like, so is this how it goes?
yeah.
And then we would say whether it is or not. It was very funny how much
No,
that
like
dynamic.
your laugh sounded more bro-y or something. You know what I mean?
My laugh?
Yeah, like I feel like you had like you were more like a
Back
little
then,
more
you
back
say?
then
Yeah.
bro-y. It just felt like
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
it did like
everything was probably more bro-y. We were, young bros at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
it was cool, just like it was. Like I definitely felt all those different dynamics, and I was like, "Oh wow!" Like 'cause,
it's
like,
back.
I haven't felt like the young guy in a while. Like,
Yeah.
this is fun.
Right. No, that dynamic was very cool, very fun, great episode. Thanks to Dan for coming through. Blessing in disguise that the flight got canceled because I think it would have been that might have made it awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would have been like, this is weird. I don't think we did that many episodes of KFC Radio with Dan in person.
Yeah, that's true. We probably didn't.
Because pretty quickly he started PMT and
well,
left KFC
BMT
Radio.
started before we even got to New York.
Right. So when we got to New York, we probably had a couple months of doing it in those studios.
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah, no, you're
I
right.
bet you it's only like count on 2 hands. how
I
many
kind of think you're
episodes.
right. I kind of think the 99.9% of KFC radio episodes with Dan are like
so
that.
maybe it would be weird.
Yeah,
if I
we
was,
should have
if I
never
was,
done
like,
it in person.
When
Yeah.
was the first time you met him in person? Like, did you podcast with him before you meeting him in person?
No.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the KFC radio again a podcast. It was
Honestly, for me,
G-Chat
it
hanging
might
out.
have been KFC Radio 100. No, that's a lot of episodes. We would have met before that.
it's
Probably one of those Christmas
Christmas
parties.
parties. Yeah.
But not many, not often.
Wow,
So weird.
weird.
The whole
It was
thing
a very
was
weird existence.
I mean, we like I said in that episode, it's like we were like they were some of my best friends that I would never see.
Yeah,
Did
it was
you
like
guys-
parasocial relationships before parasocial
Yeah.
relationships, but we actually had relationships.
But real, yeah. It
like,
wasn't
we
totally
we were more pen pals than
Yes.
like parasocial relationships.
But I mean, if you G chat with someone all day long, like I knew more about them and talked to them more often than
had
anybody
like
in my life.
weirdly intimate conversations, like conversations.
I had 4 boxes going. I'm like talking about girls over here and life over here and work over here. Like, keep moving. Everybody hates dealing with insurance. It's the open enrollment. You miss your date. You got to opt into this, opt out of that, in plan, out of plan, dental, vision. I don't want to do any of that. I don't ever want to deal with insurance. That's why Row has their insurance checker that lets you know if you're covered for GLP-1s for free. So if you're looking to do the weight loss and you don't know if you're covered by it, you don't know how to get it, if you go to Row, they take care of it for you. No paperwork, no hassle, no waiting on hold. It's a free insurance checker that sends you a comprehensive comprehensive report of all of your coverage details so that you can make a decision on what's right for you and your fitness goals. So if you decide to move forward, Ro will help you handle the GLP-1s, Ozempic, Wegovy, find out if they're right for you and your goals. And that's just the beginning. From there, they can take care of everything from acquiring it to using it to meeting your goals, like I said. And if you're not covered, then you don't have to go down this road, or you can figure out an alternative. If you want to pay out of pocket, you have to deal with that. But the first step is finding out whether you're covered or not, and Ro will do that to you for free when you go to ro.co, that's ro.co/KFCR. Don't forget the R. So ro.co/KFCR to get your free insurance check. And then once you're covered, if you're covered, they'll help you get the GLP-1s and start losing that weight. Right now, the insurance check is for free, so you have nothing to lose. It's ro.co/KFCR to see if your insurance covers GLP-1s. Go to ro.co/safety for boxed warnings and free and full safety information about GLP-1 medications. Fabletics is here for the winter, man. If you're trying to stay comfortable, stay warm, also wear clothes like I can run out to the gym. I can also lounge on my couch. I can wear it into the office or out for fun. Fabletics has something for everybody with comfortable, high quality, and stylish athletic gear. Right now, when you sign up to be a Fabletics VIP, you get 80% off of everything. The quality it's actually really surprising. These pieces feel like high-end activewear. Usually you pay like $200 a piece, right? For this, you get that quality at a fraction of the price. It makes the membership feels like it basically pays for itself. And the fit and feel of all their clothes are dialed in. You have no crappy waistbands rolling down. You have joggers that actually keep their shape, jackets that are warm without being too bulky. It solves all of your usual issues that you have with activewear while still being soft and breathable and comfortable and stylish, durable enough to work out in and travel in, everyday wear, but also, stylish stuff for the gym. It helps knowing that Fabletics has built a community of over 2 million VIP members. So more than 2 million people and over 100 retail stores are doing the Fabletics VIP. So that's proof positive. Proof is in the pudding that this works and is worth it. So make sure you feel like you're joining something that people already love and rely on. Sign up to be a Fabletics VIP. They already have amazing deals, but right now, biggest sale of the year going on top of that. You get 80% off when you sign up as a VIP. Head to fabletics.com/KFC, sign up as a VIP, and get 80% off of everything. And it's only available through this link, fabletics.com/KFC. So yeah, we were able to just kind of slide right back into it, fell right back into old times, just like you do with your friends. Like, you don't need to see them for a long time. As long as you guys are friends, you just kind of can click again. But I guess not everybody at Barstool clicks with other people, at least according to our old friend Joey Camasta, former coworker. He was on Amanda Hirsch's podcast, Not Skinny But Not Fat, and he was talking about his time at Barstool, and he said that it made him feel very icky that there was a lot of unspoken competition and rivalry and comparison and, is my show big enough? Who's bigger than me? And he painted the picture saying that people were miserable to show up to work every single day. So I'm sure that's going to make some waves in the Barstool world. But I think there's some truth to what he said. I think there's some exaggeration to what he said.
I agree. The only thing I was surprised by the unspoken. I feel like we all say it all the time.
I think that we say it, but I don't know if it's a public-facing thing. I think that around here people talk, but I don't know. How often are people on a show talking about who's bigger than me or that, and jealousy and gossiping?
But I guess the gossip is what gossip is incessant. It's nonstop. But
yeah. I'm not. But I don't know if that's known. We know that, but do you think fans?
But that's just the world. That's not even Barstool. This is the world.
I would agree with that.
Every dinner I go to, every place I sit down, people are bitching about someone else.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What happens?
I think that Barstool has a weird. I think unspoken is the right word. Maybe not. 100%.
But we all laugh about it. We laugh. I don't know. I feel like we all acknowledge and address how bitchy and catty everyone is, and we laugh about it. And it's my comparisons to Barstool are always sports based, and I'm always it's kind of. It's a locker room. People want to be better than other people, but I don't know. I don't feel it bitchy.
What I think happened, at least for me, I can say, I think it was a team thing, where it's we have a common goal, but also you want to be the star, you want to be your best, I want to be the fastest, the strongest, score the most, whatever, all in the name of succeeding as a company. You know what I mean? So like there was Barstool Boston and there was Barstool New York, and I was like, I want to get more page views than Barstool Boston. But that's good for everybody, you know.
Right.
But from a personal point of view, like that's my goal. And then I think, the same thing with each of these franchises and silos. It's like, I want to get the most views. I want to get the most downloads. What I think happens, though, is we got very siloed off. Like, everybody kind of became their own thing.
For sure.
And I think when you're a team...
That was intentional. Like, that was intentionally done.
Yeah.
Like, that was like...
Yeah.
Like, we were, like almost encouraged to be into pods.
And I think...
pods.
Yeah, a pod and a pod.
I remember one time Erica being like, you need a partner.
Yeah.
And then kind of everyone got a partner and then stopped working in a group.
And I think that that's a good thing in some regards, but I think we lost any sort. First of all, we don't cross-pollinate here. It's insane. That's crazy to me. It's like everyone in the world wants to come on our shows to get the cosign and get people to be like, this is a really funny show. Go watch it. And we just never do that for each other. And I think that is that's because of like a competition thing. I guess I think people don't like go out of their way to promote other people's shows or shout them out or cross-pollinate.
My thing is the opposite, where like I don't like asking people to give me their time.
So I think that happens too. Like I found out like relatively like this year that there were people who were like intimidated by us, and I guess I should have done a better job of being like, you can walk through the door whenever you want and sit right down, and you could be on the show. And I thought that was maybe like understood, but as you get as new people come in and they don't know you as well, and I always
thought of the opposite. I thought we were old. People didn't want to talk to us.
That's what I'm saying, right? So
I was like, all right, I'm not as cool for them. That's fine.
That's why when everyone was so nice when we announced the ending, I was like, oh wait, I've had this totally wrong. So, but this is the unspoken part, because everyone's just in their silo. Like when you're on a team, you're competing against each other. Like at practice, you get into a fight because you're like, I want to be better than you, right?
Yeah.
But then you have a game together, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, we're on the same team. We don't have games together.
Right.
We don't have moments where it's like a reminder.
But we do. Like Secret Santa yesterday was a game together. Like that was fun, I thought.
Well, then the new thing though is like I think becomes office versus office. I think at one point it was. I think right now everyone in New York would do an office Secret Santa, Uncle Olympics, whatever, and we do get along. Then Chicago does their things, but it never all comes together.
But we don't have to get along with everyone on the planet.
No, we don't.
And also, we do get along, as far as I know.
I think we get along in a surface sense, right?
I mean, how much are we supposed to get along with the people we don't fucking know?
I think that's the thing. I think the thing is that people...
I know them. I see them. I like the people I see. How much more are we supposed to get along?
I think the people think that everybody at Barstool is friends and hangs out and sees each other and talks to each other all the time. Because at least in the beginning, when there's like 5 or 6 guys, it is like, I don't know, we're just like this one little group. It's like, yeah, at this point, there's hundreds of people. I don't even know them, let alone get along with them and intimately know them. So, I would bet that this is common throughout the world in all sorts of companies, groups, franchises, teams, whatever you want to call it. But I bet we were a little bit like more competition, more toxic, more unspoken, just like a little bit more than the average.
I'm sure I'm a little bit poisoned because I never experienced anything else. But like, this feels completely normal to me. Maybe that's not good, but like, I'm like, I don't know. Of course we argue and we want to be better than each other. That's fucking normal. That's what work is. You want to do work and you want to do good work and you want your good work to be better than other people's good work.
I think it kind of is like a family dynamic, but we're not family. You're coworkers. You know what I mean? Like family, I feel like you can fight and butt heads and like really be at each other's throats, but at the end of the day, like you're good. Where
I never fight with my family.
I don't really.
Like I don't know the last time I fought with my family. Maybe when I was 15.
I guess I don't personally have that experience, but I think it's more like no matter how bad it gets, like at the end of the day, you do have this like common thing of family to come back to. And I think at one point, Barstool was like that, but now Barstool's so big, it's like I'm doing KFC Radio. I don't really care what you're doing. You know?
I still feel like Barstool is family. Like earlier in this episode when I was like, when did you like feel like this was your job? Like I've always kind of felt like Barstool is my job.
Yeah, just like
and
the whole
company. We do this at Barstool.
Yeah,
so,
but I think that you probably are very like honorable in that sense. I think once people siloed off, they were like, "This is my thing. I'm worried about this. I'm not worried about anything else." I think most people are that way, which is a shame. And I think that's kind of what Joey's talking about.
You can't say that though, because like everyone shows up to everything.
Yeah. I mean, I guess when there's like an event, a video, there. They do it. Yeah. I think it's more. Maybe I'm putting my own like bias on it because I think that there should have always been more collaboration and interaction outside of like, okay, we're doing this one big brand
outside
thing.
of main events.
I think like there was several times I remember like at one point I made a schedule for like us, Chicks in the Office, Brianna, Kelly, a couple other people, and it was like, you come on our show on Tuesday, then you're gonna go on theirs on Thursday, and I was like, let's try to like keep this going where it's like regular appearances, like you're, a recurring guest almost, and we did it for like a week, and then all just fell apart. Yeah. Like I always thought there should be more. Not just when we come together for a Barstool thing, it should be your show on my show and franchises mixing up. And I think when that stuff doesn't happen, it becomes like, all right, the only time we do get together is like the Combine for DraftKings. Whatever. Right. And that does happen, and it's cool, but it's like that was for a work thing, not like we chose to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a little more forced in some regards. But I also think that like you feel this way, but I don't know if everybody else feels that way.
What do you mean?
That like you're like I work at Barstool. I'm Barstool. Like we're a family. I think there are probably people who are like, I work at my.
I'm sure about that. But that's like, I mean, how the fuck would I change that? Like, been 15 years, whatever the fuck it's been. Like,
right. That's just
my mindset's gonna be my mindset.
Yes.
I don't expect people.
That was
I don't expect someone coming now to have that mindset.
That was always my thing. Is like, there were sometimes where kind of Dave was preaching to like everyone's got to be about like Barstool, and I agree with him. But you cannot expect someone who just walked in the door now, at its peak, with certain expectations, certain reputations, is not going to be the same as when we started from dirt, nothing, and built it together. Like, you just can't have the same feeling for it, you know?
And it'd be crazy to expect them to.
Yeah. And so I wonder if like someone like Joey comes in and is like thinking like, oh, this is going to be like fun, and we're all going to do this, and then you kind of find out that it's like, separation of church and state. Like, oh, we don't talk to that office, and that show doesn't talk to this show.
But how would I talk to that office? Like, what do you mean? I talk to people at that office all the time. How would I talk to that office?
Yeah. I mean, I guess literal talk, but I'm saying like, I mean, the Chicago. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. The Chicago New York thing is a thing. Like,
what I'm saying is like, I'm not even talking about. I'm not replying to you. I'm replying to other people. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Yeah. And that's
what are the people who think there's a beef talking about?
What I think it should be is more of just a recognition of like what he's talking about sounds a little like toxic and negative, and on some level it is, but also I think that should be it's like this, but it's okay like this. It's not like
it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal. Like it's you're not going to be best friends with everybody. You're not going to be like frequency of appearances and talking and all that shit.
Some people you're friends with, some people you're not that close with, some people you don't really like.
Yeah, why?
That's how the world works.
Yeah, why does like again? I kind of understood it when it was like five or six of us. When it was like just us, and it would be like, oh, I don't go to Dave's house. I don't like go to dinner with him. People would be like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, we're just like we talk all the time, but it's within this framework. But when it's at this level, it's like, you're younger than me, you're different, like, you know what I mean? It's like, why would a new kid walk in the door even want to talk to me, period? Like, I'm 40, you know what I mean? So it's age differences, it's lifestyle differences, it's work differences. But I think overall, it takes I think you have to have some pretty thick skin and pretty tough mentality to, I think, handle some of the Barstool competition, rivalry, expectations, and if you're not built like that, it probably does come across like Joey was probably like, oh, this is miserable, you know? Yeah. If you don't have that, like, we're competing, but it's okay that we're competing.
Do you feel that?
Well, I kind of think it's like human nature.
This is what I'm saying.
You know, and I feel like it's like there's not that many media companies that like have this many personalities, like individual personalities altogether. I don't know if there's like a way to avoid that.
Well, but here's what bothered me a little bit is and maybe I'm projecting. It felt like he was saying like people will backstab, people will be cutthroat. I don't feel that. I feel like we're competitive and we want to be better than other people. But like I don't.
But that's where I think the unspoken comes in. Like I think there is like silent jealousy, silent rivalry, or whatever. Maybe it doesn't go into action like I will stab you in the back, but I think people know. Like, all right, that person doesn't support me. That person doesn't fuck with me. That sort of shit.
If I don't, maybe.
You know what else I think it is? Barstool is so unique in that, like, almost everybody is a known personality.
Yeah.
Like usually you're at a company and it's like, all right, that's like the top dog, the #1 show, and then there's like 50 faceless employees that contribute. You have no idea who they are. Where it's like down to like the very last person on the roster. You know their name, their nickname, what they do, where they're from. So there's a lot of opportunity, and it's like I want to be a star. I want to be a star, and like that's all gonna clash, you know. And then especially like I think if you're one of the girls who works here, there's only like so many girls, so the girls start to compete. And they do golf, and we wanted to do a golf video. That's a problem. Like all those things, I think are a result of the fact that there's a lot of talented or noteworthy people. Where every time we introduce somebody, they're like, who's this person? What do they do? Who do they work with? And rather than just being like, it's another person, that also opens the door for this could be another rivalry or another competition or another, person coming after the crown or however you want to fucking describe it. So it's almost a testament to like how many people and successful people there are here. That's why I don't know if there's anything like Barstool. Yeah. I think what we're describing is like, yeah, it's probably like this at other places. And it's probably a little different other places, but like I don't think there's anything quite like this. So there probably is some extra, a little more rivalry or a little more competition or a little more toxic. The same way that there's also more success and more fun and more opportunities and more money. It's just all heightened here.
It's very funny to have someone who used to work on the Jersey Shore be like, pretty toxic.
like that guy goes to the fucking Jersey Shore family reunions.
My only thing with Barstool, a little toxic.
He goes to the family reunions like, this is such a breath of fresh air from the Barstool office. This is a breeze compared to...
Again, the only thing that jumped out, I don't think he was lying. I don't think he said anything wrong. It surprised me that it was unspoken. But it also surprised me when I feel it in a healthy sense. It surprises me when you should
use it in a good way, yeah.
It surprises me when people find it to be negative. Like I'm like, yeah, no, it is competitive. It is.
Yeah.
Like, you want to be better. You're not going to cut anyone else down. I would never cut anyone else down. But like, you do see the heights people go to, and you go, look, fucking, that looks cool.
I think that having healthy competition is a good thing, and the levels at which people do it here breed a lot of competition. Like I want to get to the top. And I think what goes along with that is then also some heightened emotions of jealousy or bitterness or whatever. So I think when you put everything up 5 notches, it all goes up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is funny to think that like the situation is like screaming at Angelina while Snooki and Vinny are fighting about if they fucked or not, and the wives are fighting, and he's just like, well, at least I'm not at the Barstool Secret Santa.
Thank God they're not quietly bitching about shows that do better than them. That really is the toxicity.
Right.
It's like fuck.
Yeah.
That fucking really successful show is more successful than me.
I hate it.
I don't know. Is that toxic?
Yeah. That's just reality, bro. Yeah. Every holiday season, we give the same gifts. You give a bunch of junk to people, a bunch of stuff that people don't want, don't need, won't remember, and we just keep going. This is just like the tradition of every year just giving out crappy gifts. This year, Kraken, the official crypto platform of Barstool Sports, is offering something with real potential, and that is the gift of Bitcoin. Here's how it works. If you're new to Kraken, you sign up before December 24th. So you only got a few days left to do this. You will receive $50 in Bitcoin as a holiday gift.
Pretty nice.
Done. Why not start there? And think about it, man. If Bitcoin goes to some of the levels people are talking about, $50, when a Bitcoin's worth like $1 million, one day you might be able to make some serious coin off of just that gift alone. If you're already a Kraken user, you can get $125 of a Bitcoin gift to give to someone who hasn't already joined yet. So they have a great referral system where if you bring someone into the Kraken family, you'll get a $125 Bitcoin gift card to give to this new member. So it's pretty simple. Get Bitcoin, give Bitcoin, and give a gift that someone actually, it means something to them. Download Kraken. Get Kraken today. Go to kraken.com/gift of Bitcoin and start giving with intention. That's kraken.com/gift of Bitcoin. You can do the gift cards. You can do the referrals, the gifts. You can also just start trading crypto coins, 300 different crypto coins to buy, sell, and swap. They do Kraken Pay where you can send the money around, and they have the referrals. So go to kraken.com/gift of Bitcoin. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves loss of risk and is offered to U.S. customers, including New York and Maine, through Payward Interactive Inc. Terms apply.
It would be, I was kind of saying, I think on the episode we announced it was ending. Like, I was like, it's pretty crazy that I have a just an audio diary of like my
your whole life.
20s to 30s.
Yeah.
And then we have that in G-Chat too. We're like, again, I'm never going to go look, and I don't think anyone should, but
I wanted to. I would, but I
don't think there's anything that bad. Like, we definitely used words that aren't used nowadays, but like, I don't know. I wasn't
I'm sure
a
there's
Nazi back then.
more like
wasn't
cringy shit than like bad shit.
Yeah.
But
things
one
I wouldn't want you to see because I'm like, oh, I was that
so wrong. Or
yeah.
I at one point, maybe like this is like 5-10 years ago now, my Gmail space was getting full, and I didn't know you could just spend like 99 cents for like a terabyte or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I deleted a bunch of shit, and I deleted old stuff first, and I'm pretty sure I deleted like a lot of emails and G-chats from that. You're probably right. I never would do that, but I would love to go through, and I guess if you guys still have it, someone still has it if I was talking those conversations, you know? But
I've certainly deleted them
cool.
before, or deleted like I've done that before, but I think a lot of stuff's there still. I got
registry
because I don't know how to delete
registry in the
things.
sky.
Like, there's sometimes I'll be like typing like 3 letters, and I'll be like, wait, why is that person's name?
Yeah.
You know,
It's like, I must have been talking to that guy.
Yeah, I get someone I emailed like in 2006. Or,
Yeah. Right.
No,
Not even-
I've deleted things. Why is that still there?
Wait,
but
when was the first time that you two met in person? Like, were you guys?
We met in person before I ever got the job.
Oh, God, okay.
On the booze cruise.
the ill-fated booze cruise.
Yeah.
That was we did a booze cruise.
Dude, that's a crazy thing to like think back on, like how close things were to not happening. Like, you hated my joke in that email. That you didn't get it with the joke.
What was that? I don't remember that.
When I emailed you, it's crazy to like. I emailed you after, so I didn't get the Barstool Boston internship, and then 3 months later, I think I was moving to New York, and I emailed you and was like, "Yo, I didn't get the internship.
Mm-hmm.
In the mix, if you guys are looking for one down there, like I would happy to be a part of it." Wasn't gonna get internet, but I guess I'll just steal some if you want me to take the job or something. This is a very poorly delivered. It was delivered better than that. But I was just joking. I was like, yeah, I'll make it work. I forget exactly what I said. And you told me on the boat, you were like, dude, you have to get internet. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get internet. I was kidding. Like, I was like,
I think it's just that I thought that was entirely possible that you were like, I don't have money or internet, so I'm stealing it.
That's what, yeah.
It's like,
but
I
was making a joke, but you were like, but you have to get internet. I was like, oh, I'm getting internet. But like, I've always thought about that. 'Cause I was like, what if you didn't care enough to make that like? What if you were like, well,
this guy doesn't have internet. Fuck him. Yeah.
Like that.
There's a lot of
response. That would have been a reasonable thing to do. And I was like, damn, the fact that he did it and then made sure to be like, you got to get internet. I was like, I know, I'm getting internet. I was just kidding.
How about, do you remember the first Halloween party where I made you take pictures?
Yeah.
I remember, like, I don't think I did this often. You could tell me. I don't think I treated you like an intern very often.
No.
But that night, the saloon Halloween party at its peak was fucking awesome. It was like my pride and joy because it was just like tons of hot girls, a crazy open bar. Everybody really went for it with the costume contest. It was like the peak of Halloween, in my opinion. So it was a big business night, but I also was like, I'm here to party.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things we had to do was get pictures. I was going to say video. I think it was mostly just like a photo dump afterwards. It wasn't even video. And so I didn't want to take pictures, and I just handed John the camera, and I was like, you take the pictures for the night. And I don't even know if you did or not. Did you take pictures?
I certainly took pictures. I don't know if I took good ones.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But
I think it was just like make sure there's a bunch of hot chicks in the pictures.
Yeah.
But I think that was one of the very few times that I was like, do the grunt work, you know?
Yeah. There was that one, which, by the way,
I made you do the Spartan race.
Spartan race.
That was like necessity because I was like, I physically can't do these, and we have a big ad deal. It was like everybody in every city had to do a Spartan race, and I was in the middle of surgeries, broken arms, all that shit. So I was like, I literally can't do this. So John checked in, and I remember just like I had one of those like flip cameras.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember those?
Yeah, I had one of those.
Like a Sony. Yeah. At the time, it was like the hot shit, you know. And I remember just like walking along, filming John while he like crawled under barbed wire in like 3 feet of mud. And I was like, this sucks for this dude.
But like also like all these things like we're calling grunt work. Like, I don't know, that was fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say of all people, you would enjoy that. Yeah.
Getting fucked up and taking pictures of hot chicks was fun.
Yeah,
I
I believe you dressed up as a Jew that year. Right?
My parents were not that one.
You had like the hat and the curls and everything, right?
I didn't dress up as I was at that time. I was the fake Jew. That's what not like my real name, but like people called me that.
Yeah.
And because my name is Feitelberg and I'm not Jewish. And I kind of just leaned into the joke where I just got.
I remember it being like, oh, like that costume brought it down.
It was just like your standard rabbi costume from like Spirit Halloween or whatever, where it had
would not fly today.
It would not, but like it was like I just bought it from whatever store I bought it from, and I remember like my parents were like, "You're gonna go out in a Jewish costume?" And I was like, "Yeah." I bought it at the store. I don't know.
It exists for this reason. Yeah, that was a big time. My culture's not your costume moment.
Yeah.
But then there was the booze cruise. The booze cruise was, I think, Boston had very successful booze cruises, and we were just gonna apply that to New York. It was sort of like whatever was working in Boston, we tried to do in New York, and for the most part, we were able to replicate the March Madness parties and the drink ups and all those things. So booze cruise was one of them, and I planned it for, I think it was like Labor Day. It was like the end of summer booze cruise, I think was how we built it up. Jenna Marbles came.
Oh, yeah.
And this girl, Kim, who was like Jenna's partner in crime. And Jenna had like just popped for the first time. So she was like at her hottest, at her most popular. And she was on the cruise. And there was a fucking tornado. A literal tornado. It was like pouring rain. And like, you know, when the sky gets like yellow and dark, and it was like, what the fuck is this? It looked like the apocalypse was coming. And so a lot of people ended up like not coming, but a lot of people still did.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, if I ever had tickets to a booze cruise, they were like, I don't know, like $30. It wasn't like a big deal. And there was a tornado warning and like a hurricane going on, I would just simply not go to that booze cruise. And there was a lot of people who still did. Like,
it was a good crew. It was 100% guys.
It was all guys.
It was literally Jenna and her friend were like,
and she just started giving lap dances. You put a chair in the middle of there was like a dance floor on this booze cruise, and she just started like lap dancing with Kim and like, you know, putting on a show. Otherwise, it would have just been like. I do remember though, there was a girl I was hooking up with at the time, and I told her to come. And her friends, it would have been a good crew of like 5 or 6 girls. Almost would have made it worse. I think it's better that it was all dudes or a good mix.
Yeah.
It was just like there's one crew of girls, but they
one crew of girls with a guy just hovering around.
Exactly.
Them.
I don't want that. Basically, what happened to Kim
or whatever. Where
yeah, because of the implication. But they showed up like late, and we had like broken off the. I guess it was at like a marina. I don't remember where we left from, but like we had
Battery Park.
We had gone, and like they showed up, and it was like. I could like see you, but we're not stopping the boat and turning around.
Yeah.
They were like from the shore, like goodbye. I was like, I'm not getting late tonight. Fuck.
Dude, I had 2 of my buddies come with me on that who didn't know what Barstool was or anything like that. I was just like, yo, I'm going to meet this strange guy from the internet. Will you guys come with me?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like an hour and a half into that boat. They were like, get me off this fucking boat right goddamn
it was terrible. I remember Dave being like, how was it? I was like,
it
was all dudes.
It was all dudes.
Like,
it was fucking
pouring rain.
You know those videos Dan referenced last episode, like the North Sea, the big ship.
Yeah,
like,
we were up.
It was like that.
Down.
It was like not a nice day to be out on the water.
It honestly felt like I was like on like a pirate ship or something, where I was like, we need to get off this boat because like. I borderline think Jenna and Kim might be in trouble. Like these men are going Lord of the Flies in another 30 minutes, where they're just gonna like club this girl over the head.
Was like sloshing around the floors.
But you know what I loved about that era? That booze cruise, Tin Lizzy was the bar that I used to go to. That was the most despicable bar on the planet Earth. Every single time you walked in, there was already throw up in the toilet. It was like, they just opened for the day. How is there already puke in the toilet? I remember the first time I met with the bar owners, they were like, you can kind of do whatever you want at this place. And I was like, for real? And I had my beer, and I just kind of spilled it on the floor. Yeah. And he was like, yeah. And he just like fully dumped his. And I was like, whoa. And then he took one, and he just smashed it on the ground. And then they had a big open window. It was a window frame, but no glass. Big, that led out to 2nd Avenue. He just took an empty pitcher, threw like a football right out the window. And I was like, you really can do whatever you want here. It felt like international waters. It was like this lawless. And at the time, those guys were probably like 29. I was like 25. And I thought of them as like businessmen. They are bar owners and businessmen. come to find out that it was like, one of those things where like 50 different people owned a piece of this bar. And they just exclusively used it to fuck girls, like in the office of the bar. It was just like, hey, yeah, come. They made no money because they gave away all the booze, and they just used it to fuck chicks because they were just 20-something-year-old guys too. And I thought of them as like, businessmen. But we called it the Irish Truck Bomb Contest. There were these two guys. I think I had blogged about it, and that's how it came about. Instead of doing a car bomb with a shot glass and a pint glass, it was a pint glass dropped into a pitcher. So it was a full pint glass of Bailey's and Jameson dropped into a pitcher of Guinness. And these guys can chug the whole thing in like 7 seconds. Not only did they chug it, it was just like done. And so there was two guys. One guy, his commenter name was I drink in my sleep. And the other guy was Moose the carpet pisser because he would get drunk and piss on the carpet. Yeah. And we had like a showdown. And I remember you couldn't hear it. It didn't work out well, but I had the vision of like, I had the microphone and I was in the front of the bar and I introduced them like boxers. It was like, and in this corner, I drink in my sleep. Like I gave their stats, how big they are, where they come from. People couldn't really hear it, so it didn't like pan out the way I wanted it to, but it was a spectacle. And then it was like 3, 2, 1, go. We had, again, all dudes, but cameras like hovering over them filming, and they drank it in like, 5 seconds. It was one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed. And I just think about like those bar owners, those guys, the people who came to the booze cruise. We were not big at all.
Yeah.
And those were the most passionate. I almost weirdly got more interest early on because there were so many people in New York who were like, I love Barstool. I've been reading it for years, but I'm a New York guy. And now that it's here, come to my bar. Let's do a party. Let's do an event. It almost was bigger in the beginning, and then we kind of settled in, and it like subsided a little bit. But that initial reaction, it was like 2009. I probably got I had more heat from owners and like connections and all that shit than maybe I ever did. It was wild. Yeah. There was a lot of interest early on to do shit like that. I was able to, Saloon was a business, dude. I used to make bank on Saloon. Oh my God. They would pay me a lot of money we did like one party a month, and they would do those drink ups where it was like, $10 per hour for your open bar.
Yeah.
So everybody came. And so like, it was good business. When the Rangers made the Stanley Cup, I did like a full, like come watch every game, the Olympics, the World Cup. We did WrestleMania. We did KY Jelly wrestling parties. We did it a lot there. And they were always paying like thousands of dollars. And at that time I was like,
do you still do that?
God.
Do you still do like go to bars?
I mean, we don't.
Games are like the more.
Yeah.
That's my like.
I used to do Kentucky Derby parties. You do it all.
What? What's
my
your
2026 goal is to like create happy hours for the company.
Honestly, what I kind of stopped doing it because I got old and got married and all that stuff. But like, I think there's still a very big appetite for that stuff, and Barstool is at its peak right now. Like, we did guest bartending contests where it was smoke shows, but it was like you and your hottest girlfriend pair up.
Yeah.
It's your night, and if you make the most money, there was like a cruise or a Caribbean trip at the end. So they would make sure all their friends come. So you had like this marketing team every Thursday night. We had beautiful girls and all of their friends, and all of my friends come. It was also easy. I have a crew of like a lot of friends, so I could always guarantee these bars. I was like, there'll at least be like 20 guys. It won't be empty because all my friends are gonna come. But we stopped doing that stuff. I think if you're still out there doing that kind of shit, guest bartending parties, theme parties, event like centered around events, sporting events, like I would imagine there are bar owners out there that would love that. It's just that we don't do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
We used to do college football Saturdays at Rathbones. 11 a.m. it would start. And we would just go till midnight. It's like a 12-hour affair, just eating wings and fucking watching. It was amazing, dude.
Is that a bar in the city?
Not anymore, but it was Rathbones was like the
Is
best
Saloon
bar.
a bar in the city?
Not anymore. All my bars are closed or renamed. Like they're probably physically still there. So you got to be the next generation.
Were you doing McFadden's?
McFadden's?
Yeah.
I did McFadden's personally. I didn't do parties there.
What was that? The one on like 43rd?
40. It was like right by Grand Central. That McFadden's was a very big underage drinking New
I was
York.
going there like 15.
Yes, and but you were in the city, so it's like one bar. Manhattan usually is pretty tight with IDs, but there was a couple bars, and McFadden's was one of them. It was McFadden's on the right side, the Irish bar, and then Calico Jack's was the Mexican. It was like a bizarro world. It was the same layout, but it was just like sombreros and maracas over here and shamrocks over here. But yeah.
Oh, I've actually been to this place. By Grand Central.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
And now it became a tester for COVID during.
Oh, really?
During 2019, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, McFadden's, and there was Silk Road and China Beer were two spots. It was something like $20, $40, whatever it was, dirt cheap, and you get a meal and you get unlimited beer at China Beer, and
Whoa.
Silk Road was unlimited wine for 2 hours. It should have been illegal. It was crazy. It was, first of all, it was just a great like deal, right? But we also just had like zero respect for this place. Like we would roll in with a crew of like, again, a bunch of guys. And I just remember like I have one friend who was like 6'5", and we got so hammered, and he just got up and he was just walking around the restaurant into the kitchen, like into the places we weren't supposed to be, and he was like cheering and dancing, and it was like Godzilla. They're like, "Ah, get out of here, get out of here!" And I noticed how they do it. They had a huge stainless steel bowl. Like imagine when you get like when you go to like Chopped and they're making your salad.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but just huge. And the beer was in there, and they would just scoop it with the pitcher. And I was like, oh, no wonder this is like $15 for 3 hours or whatever.
We used to go to this place in Boston. I forget what it's called. It was not China Moon, but it was something like that.
There's no way that's the most efficient way to get batches, like a bunch of beer. Like
It seems like I guess if you
gotta
filled it up
pour
at a tap.
But then why don't you just do it straight from the tap?
I think it was like
Because then you have to wait for the foam.
Yeah. They did not care. It was warm, and they were just, here you
But
go.
we used to do China Moon, which because Boston everything closes at 1, and you could go there after, and they would bring you drinks, but they would bring it in like a Sprite can. And so like it would be like 3 a.m. We'd be at this Chinese place, hammered, everyone holding up like juice boxes, just because they'd fill them out in the back for you. You'd scan the restaurant, you'd be like, why? Like, no one would come in here and believe for a single second that everyone in this room isn't fucking shit-faced right now.
Bring an apple juice, man.
Yeah. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're eating Chinese food. It's
That's
done.
it.
We're hammered.
Yeah. There's no other option there. Yeah. You should do it though. I've thought like.
I think I'm too old at this point.
How old are you?
26.
That's when I started Barstool.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was 26 when I started. And then it took a couple years to like get going with the parties.
Right at the age.
Yeah.
The party dies younger nowadays, though.
Yeah.
Party does die younger, it
The-
seems.
From 21 to 25, you're allowed to be an asshole and like run around in New York City. 26 to 30, at least what I've seen from my older siblings or my older sister.
Why are you guys so gay about it?
I don't know.
Just keep going.
I heard that.
Party
Who was
ends
that?
at
I was about to
98.
say I'm mad at myself for like I kind of gave up on that because I was like, all right, I got to settle down. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna be like an adult. And I was like, fuck that. I should have kept going. It was so much fun. At the time, I kind of believe that.
Particularly in New York City.
Yeah,
New York City, you get an extra 10 years.
Yeah, you really could.
New York City, like early 30s is as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I care. Like early 30s, you're still fucking fine.
Yeah.
I think that you have I think you have 15 years of drinking, partying before you pivot a little bit. Like you can be a lifelong bachelor and party till you're whatever, you can keep going. But I think like I started drinking when I was like 16, like I started pretty early. And by the time I was like 30, I was like, I'm running out of gas here, And I kept doing it, but it was sort of just like, I've done this 50 billion times.
Yeah.
I've gone to bars and I've done this forever. And I wonder, like, if I started when I was 21 of legal age, if I would have gone to like 35
36,
or whatever, I feel like you kind of have. It's almost like in the NBA. I remember people being like, Kobe and Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
They're only 28, but they already have a decade under their belt. But yeah, like if you're stopping when you're like 25,
I feel like
time left.
city living is like how they talk about rich people, where it's like rich 50 is poor 30 or whatever they say.
Yeah.
Like city 40 is poor 30.
Yeah. It's the ultimate, like 30 is the new 20. It's like, and then in New York,
not poor. I didn't mean to use poor. I meant to use rural there. Like you grow up faster outside of the city, I think, because you have a lot more responsibility.
You're in a
that.
bubble of just drinking and fucking in New York
Yeah.
City. But like, stay in that bubble.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's no reason to leave it.
And I feel like part of the reason why maybe is I don't see. Maybe I'm out of touch. I don't know. But I used to be like I would bring the party. Like all my friends would be like, "Where's the Barstool party?"
Yeah.
If someone like Barstool was doing that, I think people would keep going.
Yeah. Should we take on the legacy?
Let's do it, Jack. Come on.
I mean,
Is there any parting
we had some
wisdom you'd
pretty
like
good
to
deals.
bestow on Pabs and I?
what's up?
Is there any parting wisdom you'd like to bestow on?
Party
Pabs and I?
business or partying? Like just partying?
Oh, just like wisdom, parting wisdom.
Yeah, like
parting.
how to start.
Oh,
a business.
parting.
Yeah.
Parting.
Like in
wisdom.
general to wrap up the whole thing right now?
No. Just I'm saying like you know like we'll try and take on the legacy.
But are you talking about specifically doing events and parties or just in general?
I don't really know.
So events and parties, talk to him. Like I didn't really. I kind of
ask your dog, Jackie.
No, I don't ever know what I'm
No,
saying.
but I mean, I'm just thinking like again. I remember Bud Light gave us like $30,000 for like 5 or 6 parties, and at the time I was like over the moon to get $5,000 a party. You know, and I feel like that was back then when we were nothing.
Yeah.
And like you talk to the right brands, liquor brands, drinks, spots. Like you find some of those bars that are not just one-off mom and pop spots. They're like a hospitality group.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I'll do one party at 13th Step and then down the hatch and then stumble in. You have like a 10-party pack. You can make some money doing that.
There was a bar that reached out to me that was like, we'll do an hour open bar with up to 75 people. And I was like, oh, if I just invite like the company.
Yeah. Well, I do think that like tables and bottles kind of ruined what I did was like, we have a $1 beers night. We didn't have $1 beers, but it was always like a Bud Light special.
Yeah.
Or it was always like a 25-cent wing night. It was very much like beer, wings, sports, girls partying. Not like bottles, pictures, Ace of Spades, club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's where social life kind of went. So what I used to do kind of fell by the wayside. But I also think that there's like a nostalgia coming back around when people want to do that stuff. And B, that shit is better and more fun. So just do it and like be the Pied Piper. Make the people come with you and be like, we're not doing that. We're doing this.
I don't know if I have that dog in me,
Jack,
but I'll
let's
try.
do it. Come on.
When you guys go out, what do you do? What kind of vibe? Like, is it a bar or is it like a lounge? Is it a club? Is it bottles?
It's like
is
a
it
mixture
beers?
between
Is
a
it
bar and a club at all times. It's like
Yeah.
elevated sports bars. Is
Yeah,
trend,
that
which
was
sucks,
that was
but yeah.
new for us.
Yeah.
Bounce was like new when I was partying. I had to deal with one called Hype Lounge. That was the first, at least as I understood it, like, or I lived it the first time that was happening. And that was like so hot in the streets because it was like, I could still watch the game, but now the girls are dressed up and there's, you know, like a sexiness to it. But then it very quickly became like, this is so lame. And I can't imagine 15 years later, it must be like,
well, so
ugh.
you have to have a table. If you don't have a table, you get a table, you invite 20 of your closest friends, 10 girls, 10 guys, and then like you guys watch a game together. And it's packed. You can't move and go get a drink, so you get them delivered. There's really the bar scene in New York City. And I mean, I'm not a crazy partier, so maybe I'm wrong on this. It's became a little cringy. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I was on the Upper East Side. It also depends on what neighborhood you're in and all
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
You know?
When I was in East Village, I was having a blast.
I've done that so many times. I just feel like it used to be we could go up and down 2nd or 3rd Avenue, and there was an Irish pub here and a sports bar there, and then a little bit of like that's a martini bar, a wine bar. There's like a lot of choices, and we did all of them. And now it seems like everything is kind of like get a table and bottles.
Yeah.
I feel like my life consists of like birthday parties.
Birthday parties, that's what it is.
It's always
Life is
a
birthday
birthday party,
parties
yeah.
now.
Anyway, I think you should lead the revolution and make Barstool party again.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with the internet. Keith was explaining that to me. She's like, the internet thinks drinking's lame now. Drinking's the best thing in the world.
Drinking's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody started dosing like ketamine, and it's like, just drink a beer, man.
No, I've always
I think I'm
said
addicted to Guinness. I really do.
Absolutely.
I've never thought I had a drinking problem my entire life, but like I walk past a bar, I'm like, God, I could go for a drink.
Bro, I used to call it like the gauntlet, like walking home from the subway, and the bars would just like whisper in your ear, like, "Come have one drink, dude."
Particularly in the winter, because in the winter there is this thing about drinking in the winter when you're like. Particularly if you're going to the right bar, like saloon doors or like
the
a
smell,
creaky
the
type door,
sawdust.
where you're like, it's us in here versus the elements out there.
Yeah.
It's fucking freezing. It's gonna snow tonight. Let's
Yeah.
have a fucking 1,000 beers and have a good time. Winter drinking is the best.
It feels like
dude.
nothing matters. It feels like whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully
You're
there's
in
a
a bubble.
I'm not
fireplace.
missing anything outside. Might as well stay in here.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a fireplace in the corner. Oh,
So good.
Yeah.
that's
Pool table, if there's a pool table.
Forget it.
When
Bro.
you're like a little hungry too, and you know that you're gonna get some like apps.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Some quesadillas.
But it's the weather adds
let's go
such
to
a
a bar
sense of
right now. Let's go
camaraderie.
drink it.
I think people down south, I know they drink. I know people they know how to drink. There's a difference in cold weather drinking.
Yeah.
There's just
It's
something
a fight.
about
It's a battle.
Yeah, it's like there's a real team feeling to it.
Yeah.
And I'm a big camaraderie guy. In a bar on a cold night.
Especially in New York, like, because summertime, most people are at the Hamptons, the Jersey Shore, the cities. Actually, there's summer drinking is fun in New York too, in a very different way. But I remember living in Hoboken, dude. You know how they say Hoboken has like as many bars as Bourbon Street? It's like
I didn't know that.
It's like per square foot, there's more bars in Hoboken than like anywhere in the world, and that's like the whole stretch of Hoboken. But uptown Hoboken is where like families start to live. So there's like a bar here, a restaurant there. So they're all crammed into downtown. So when you get off the path, if you live in Hoboken, you have to walk past like 30 bars, and they're all like the fun bars, and it's borderline impossible. I used to be like either hungover or broke or tired, and I would be like, I have to just walk home. Just walk home. Just like keep your head down and just walk. And a bar, hey, what's up, man? A bartender says something. Somebody, it's like, oh, I'm fucked. I'm in. I'm going in there.
Yeah,
I
had that
pulls
before.
you in.
Like in Newport, it was like you're walking down the street and it's just like 5 bartenders. Like, John, you want to come have one?
Of course I do.
Fucking yeah.
What do you expect? Yeah.
It's not even. I wouldn't even like go. Well, honestly, for me, it wasn't even alcohol. Like it was just like someone wants to hang out.
Yeah. Just
John, you want to have a beer?
I know. Yeah. Yes.
Fuck it.
Yeah. You like me? Yeah. All right. The good old days.
It's a company party tonight.
Yeah. Are you going to that?
I can't. It's my sister's birthday.
Is it like I thought tomorrow night was the party.
It's pop punk. So there's like technically 2 parties in a row.
Oh.
But like I just thought I didn't know they were 2 different things. Where is the party tonight?
Pluribus South. We did there last year. Oh, we shouldn't say that.
It's tonight.
Yeah.
You can show up tonight if you want.
Yeah.
Take the torch and run with it.
We'll do.
Start a telepathy dog podcast and start parties, and then you can just be the new John and Kevin.
Yeah.
It's a young man's game. We're out of it, bro.
Yeah, I actually got a rash this morning.
What?
Bro, I got bats in my house. You got rashes.
I never have skin
We are
things.
washed up, dude.
I never have skin shit. And I was like, this morning, I was like, I guess you can't really see, but I don't know. It's just like I got.
Is that a big scar on your?
I got an itchy leg. What's up?
Is that
No.
a vein or
Oh.
what is that?
What?
That looks like a.
He's just,
No, I use a muscle.
No. Like there's like a.
Honestly, I think it was a flexing vein.
Oh, that's weird. But it looks like a tendon almost.
Yeah.
Like when I flex that, it's like the whole thing. Yours is like a little.
I
You
don't know.
probably got a weird one too. Maybe it's just people with muscles.
Hey.
Like, what is that? Like, it's a muscle in a human body. Try it sometime. They're pretty cool, dude. You might want to mix one in at some point in your life.
What did you think it was?
Look like at first it looked like a scar. Yeah. Looked like a long scar on your body. You guys got weird fucking shins.
I have a rash too, if it makes you feel
What
like
is wrong with you fucks?
you fucked.
All right. Penultimate in the books.
Penultimate
This
in the
is
books.
it. One more to go.
Next one, I'm gonna make you guys like focus. I'm gonna keep you guys on track. And
Yeah, we probably didn't need a half-hour Pluribus talk.
yeah.
I don't know. Why not?
I know. Yeah. It's the podcast.
Yeah.
It's the podcast.
Yeah.
So, next one will be fully reminiscing. Wrap it all up with a bow. Put it in the books.
Yeah. We'll go through old clips, and then
It'll be
I'll
a
force you guys to
full
like
circle jerk.
get sentimental
Yeah.
with each other.
Yep. All right,
forward to
buckle
it.
up. One more to go.
Should
That'll
we
be
wear
on Tuesday.
all black?
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
We should wear all white. We should wear like white on white suits.
Yeah.
No, it'll be a good one. End of the road next Tuesday, right before the holidays, and
Sorry. Goddamn.
we'll call it a day. See you guys on Tuesday for the last time ever.